Unity strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth. Make we reason. Make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va. No upper echelon. Nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica. Make we talk. Make we talk. Unity strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth. Make we reason. Make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va. No upper echelon. Nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica. Make we talk. Make we talk. Unity strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth. Make we reason. Make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va. No upper echelon. Nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica. Make we talk. Make we talk. Unity strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth. Make we reason. Make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va. No upper echelon. Nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica. Make we talk. Make we talk. Unity strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth. Make we reason. Make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va. No upper echelon. Nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica. Make we talk. Make we talk. Unity strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth. Make we reason. Make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va. No upper echelon. Nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica. Make we talk. Make we talk. Unity strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth. Make we reason. Make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va. No upper echelon. Nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica. Make we talk. Make we talk.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Mek Wi Talk program. We're listening, watching from around the world of the Eastern Caribbean. Welcome to another edition of the Mek Wi Talk program with yours truly, Jeffrey T. Wherever you're listening and watching, it is your program. It is your program. I want to say good evening to everyone. It's a beautiful Monday night. from Monday evening tonight. And for those who are watching us beyond the shores of our country, Jamaica, and some people in South Africa and beyond, welcome to the program. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe to the program. This evening, we're going to speak about, Mark Golding said, people must have a government they can trust. And Barbados Prime Minister, outgoing chairman of CARICOM, Mayor Motley, is urging citizens of the Caribbean, citizens of CARICOM, to make the CCJ the final court of appeal. You know that the president of the People's National Party opposition leader, Mark Golding, have been saying that for many years now, well, many times now, that they should press for the CCJ. Well, Mayor Motley, in her outgoing speech as chairman of CARICOM yesterday in Montego Bay, is urging citizens of CARICOM to push for the Caribbean Court of Justice to be their final court of appeal. And I think I will go along with her with that one. But as we come on air this afternoon, the Jamaican dollar is sliding out of control. The Jamaican dollar is sliding out of control. And you wonder if they're spending millions of dollars to save the Jamaican dollars. And they're not speaking to the people about it. This evening also, I'm going to speak to you about, we have some t-shirts. Remember I told you that I'm going to need your support on something. We have some t-shirts that we have for sale. Here they are. Let me take off this off of here. We have some t-shirts. And also, if by any chance you need Blood and Fire t-shirts, you can order it from me. But these are the t-shirts that we have here now. March, we are march to set Jamaica free. Come, Mek Wi march on to progress. Come, Mek Wi march on to progress. We have these t-shirts for sale. We have them in 2X, medium, and small, and large. So you can, and it's $25 for one. That does not include shipping. You have to pay for shipping separately. So if you're interested, let me know. You can talk to me in the chat room. We can give you a Zelle and our Cash App. We can mail it off to you. It's election 2025. We also have this shirt here too. This one here. We have this one here. Mek Wi Talk Jamaica election 2025. Power, strength, vote for your rights. Make a difference. We also have that for sale also, and that's $25 for that too. So just let me know if you're interested in it. Come on, people. I'm not coming on here to beg you guys anything else. Ask you to support the channel. Support the channel. We have these t-shirts for sale. Election is around the corner. Do not be surprised if election no call very early. So get your t-shirts. Get your t-shirts. We have them in different colors. We have them in yellow, black, orange, and white. So let us know if you're interested in getting your t-shirts. All right. So as we come on air this evening, and as I said before, the t-shirts are just $25. The shipping is not included in it. The shipping and handling is separately. So let me know if you're interested in it. I know some people are saying to me to get some t-shirts, and I know I do. No, I'm getting the t-shirts. No one is talking in the chat room that they're interested, but I pray and hope that you all will find a way to support the Mek Wi Talk YouTube channel. I'm not going to come on here and beg anybody anything. I'm just asking you all to support the channel by purchasing these t-shirts here. Mek Wi Talk. This is the Mek Wi Talk t-shirts. It's a march we are march to set Jamaica free. March we are march to set Jamaica free. Come Mek Wi march on to progress. So let me know if you guys are interested in it. Do not sell what? The caps, I can get the caps too, but you have to order them. I'm not gonna, I don't want to buy anything put down and so forth. These I have these now can ship off if you order them now. I can ship them off to you. All you have to do, Zell me, and when you Zell it, you also take a copy of the Zell, WhatsApp it to me with your address and so forth. And then I can talk to you about the shipping, because we can ship it through the post office to you within the United States and Canada, and also in London, England. For those living in Jamaica, it's very expensive to ship to Jamaica. But maybe we can work out on something there. Oh, you need a Forex. I only have Miss Winnie. I have 2x. I don't have 4x. Hello, good night. Hold on, Miss Winnie. Hold on for me, Miss Winnie. Hold on. Yes, Miss Winnie. Hello? Miss Winnie? Yes. Hold on. What are you saying?
On those Zell or these other things that you not talk about, in Barbados, that's not allowed. We only have Western Union.
Well, I can give you my number. Your Western Union, it's up to me. It's 25 US for one.
Yeah, yes, and how much would be a cap be?
I don't know, because I never think about the cap.
All right, and I want okay, I'm going to send you. What you're going to do is send me the name that I can send the Western Union by Saturday.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, send it to me, and I will send you Saturday morning.
All right, no problem.
I want an orange one, and I want it large. I am large. I got plenty bus.
Oh. All right, I'll do that for you, Miss Winnie.
I will.
All
yes,
right.
I do. And find out about the cap in the meantime, then I'll send the boat money together, right, sir?
I will do that for you too, ma'am. I'll do that. Thank you, Miss Winnie.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you so much. All right, Miss Winnie, bye. There you go, Miss Winnie calling to purchase one of the shirts already. For those who are interested, let me put up the Zell. If you're interested in buying the shirts, that's what we're gonna do. So it's $25 for one of the shirts. We ship within the United States, but shipping is separately because you have to pay for shipping. The only way I can do the shipping unless I charge more for the shirt, and that is totally impossible to charge you more for the shirt. So there you have it. We are selling shirts. If you're interested, let us know. Let us know, please. You can Zell us the shirt, Zell us the $25. And when you do that, you take a copy of the Zell, WhatsApp it to me with your telephone number and home address. We also have Cash App, all right? Let me know. Let me know. All right, so let's go into the nitty-gritty of things now. We come on here to speak about the shirts and also other stuff that we're having here. Mayor Motley is in Jamaica for the CARICOM heads of government meetings. And she's calling on Caribbean nationals, CARICOM nationals, to speak to their leaders to make the CCJ the final court of appeal. You know, the People's National Party had a bus tour all around Jamaica. But there are some highlights that I want to speak about this evening. I'm going to have Headboy come on pretty soon also. And one of the highlights that grabbed my attention is this. It speaks about the beach access. And not only that, Mark Golden spoke about a government that you can trust. And I want you to listen to Mr. Golden.
We need to ensure that there's a government in which you can have trust and confidence. Right now, we have a government that has been racked with so many scandals. We heard about the used car scandal, those used cars bought for the police that were never delivered. And there have been so many, JPS, Petrojam Rada, Nesal, CMU, the list is very long. The Prime Minister himself, who is taking the Integrity Commission to court, trying to set aside the very offense for which he is being investigated of illicit enrichment and destroy the legislation itself, which his government passed, although we designed it and we brought it to Parliament originally. And because he is under investigation for illicit enrichment, and the investigation has not been completed, because the Integrity Commission did not get information from him that they asked him to provide. They've sent it to the Financial Investigations Division. And now that institution has a new person in charge, who is somebody who came on public radio saying that the Prime Minister has done nothing wrong, and somebody who doesn't meet the requirements for the job as advertised originally, which said you must have at least 12 years of law enforcement experience, 5 of which should be at a leadership level. This is the kind of thing going on in this country. Hanky-panky is the right word. Undermining of institutions. Critical institutions supporting the good governance of the country. The country can't develop under the Labour Party government like now. The government has no moral authority to lead this country. Because if the head of the stream is not clean and pure, everything below will be soiled also.
When you listen to Mark Golden speaking, and one of the things that we must do in this country is hammer home what is going on in this government here. 3 trillion? Yes, 3 trillion unaccountable for. Is it 3? Yes. Then you have the education money gone down the drain. So many scandals, 28 bank accounts and so forth. The Corner Regional Hospital that has nothing until it has been finished. We all must come together and talk about these things. We can't have a government that is just there, not doing nothing for the people, in a sense. And I want you to listen to some more of one of the main things I want you to listen to Damien Crawford spoke about the school bus. There are some school buses coming into Jamaica, and we must do our research on those school buses. The Americans do not, after a certain time, the Americans do not use the buses after a certain mileage. Now, those buses, the Jamaican government sees that they're buying them from up here for $5,000 US, sometimes $3,000 US, for one of those buses. Ship them down to Jamaica. Okay? Ship them. Good evening, I'm walking in divine purpose. Good evening to you. Good evening. Ship them down to Jamaica. And they're using them to carry the children. And we must question it. If the Americans at a certain mileage just stop using those buses, why are we using the buses? Why are we spending taxpayers' money? Yes, they need school buses. Yes, they need schools. We need the buses them. Yes, we do. But at the end of the day, we mustn't waste taxpayers' money all because we want to buy vote. We want people to vote for us. If it reaches a certain mileage and the Americans, they throw it away, they park it. Why are we taking up washy sitting? It had, who knows, maybe they'll have mechanical failures. We don't know. So I want to listen to Damien Crawford. Come on, people. Make the live go up to about 300 to 400 people now, man. Share up the live. Let's listen to Damien Crawford with this one here.
To escape.
Sorry. Oh, Lord. Where's Crawford? Here. I think this is him. Here it is.
Opposition Senator Damian Crawford remains unmoved by the government's push to provide rural transportation come September for several thousands of students grappling with transportation woes.
Now I don't know why them send Darrell Vars to count, because Darrell Vars can't count past 10 without licking chest. So me want to know why them send him to come count to 600,000. I realize that maybe they want him kill himself, because the more he reach, tell him have a licking chest. By the time he reach 600,000, he must stay there.
Aside from suggesting the marketing by the government as one filled with lies, he reminded of the PNP's strategy to tackle the transportation challenges rural students face.
But what we say? We say we will go to the principals and to the guidance counselors and ask them who is having difficulty coming to school. Once we get that list, we will send our social workers to find out the reason why they have difficulty coming to school. And if the reason is transportation, we're going to look at which category of transportation is the problem. The first category is availability of transport. And the second category is the affordability of transport.
This, as he notes, some rural folks have access to transportation, but some drivers may refuse to travel to certain areas due to terrain or other concerns, a matter he says can be fixed through arrangements with local operators.
And if it is an affordability problem, once the child got to school, you will receive your $2,500 a week. They don't want money to you, they want money only to themselves. So when I hear them talk about labor right, none of them not bright like when Mark Hall in a 1 grade. Them not bright like when Dayton, their basic school. Them not bright like when I was in the womb.
He went further to suggest
small minds cannot solve big problems. The education system has deteriorated. I'm going to finish because the boss have to come, but let me say this. Me the one who know when Favor did a move, go to the Ministry of Finance. Because when she was at the Ministry of Education, she could what she did and she did what she could, but nothing wasn't good about it. So the only question I ask the labor rights, if by any chance you think you go win the next election, think again, because the people have asked me what can go so.
Kevin Black reporting for CVM News.
Wow. Damian Crawford, he did it left, right, and center. The citizens of this country who have children going to school and nieces and nephews and so forth should question the government. Should question the government about these school buses. We're going to take a quick break here. Don't go anywhere. We're going to use something here to talk to you about something that we're doing. For those who are just joining us, let's let you know that we have t-shirts for sale. It's election 2025. We have t-shirts for sale. March, we are march to set Jamaica free. Come, make we march on to progress. These t-shirts are for sale, $25 for one. Shipping and handling is not in the $25. If you decide to buy it, you can sell it to the Mek Wi Talk, sell it to my thing here on the screen, running across the screen, our Cash App. We also, when you do that, when you purchase the shirt, you take a picture of it, take a picture of the Zelle, WhatsApp me the that you Zelle it already, put your address, name, and telephone number, and we will post it off to you, ship it off to you. So, and also if you need Blood and Fire t-shirts, let me find it here. I did something on it. Oh Lord, let me go back to it. We have Blood and Fire t-shirts. If you need that to buy, then you have to pre-order it. One moment, I can find it here and then put it up. Blood and Fire t-shirts. Here we go. Let me send it off to my email here. Bear with me, please. So if you're interested in getting the Blood and Fire t-shirts, election 2025 is in the air. Let me know. We can also do that for you in all different sizes. If you needed to do on orange alone, we can do that in orange alone. But I think the black with orange writing look very nice. I'm gonna put it up and let you see it. Put it up and let you see it. Hold on there for me. Put it up and let you see it. Just a moment here, please. Don't go anywhere, people. Put it up and let you see it here. Here it is. That's the Blood and Fire Comrade. If you need that, let me know. $25 for that also. And we can ship it off to you. As I said, shipping is not included in $25. When you Zelle me if you purchase it, you can send it to my Zelle. Take a picture of the Zelle that you send it to me. Then WhatsApp it to my my telephone number. And then I can tell you the shipping cost to ship it off to you within here in the United States, Canada, and elsewhere. So there we have it. We're selling t-shirts, Blood and Comrade t-shirts. I don't want to come over here and beg anybody anything. So we decided to sell t-shirts that if anybody having a little issue that we can help them, we just help them with it. So here we go. We're selling Blood and Fire t-shirts for election 2025. We're selling these t-shirts also. And we're selling the Mek Wi Talk Jamaica election 2025. We're selling these t-shirts also. $25 for one. All right? Let us know. Let's go back to normal programming now. Yes, as I said before, so let us are the t-shirts certified for what? I don't understand what you mean. Anyway, let us go back and speak to what Damon Crawford was saying. We have the buses coming in that Darrell Vaz is purchasing. And I believe that Darrell Vaz is doing all of this because of election. With all these school buses. My take on it, because of election. Let me see something. I wonder if I can do it this way. There must be a way I can do this. Hold on there for me now. Let me see something here. This can come here. Oh. Hold on there. This way. No. This way. Nope. This way. No. How do I do this? All right, check it out. You can't do it how I want it to do. Okay, so yes, Damien, there must be something why Darrell Vaz is really pushing for these school buses. There got to be something why they're doing it. There must be something why they're doing it. And only thing we can say, they do it because of election. Because of election, why they're doing it. That's the only way we can say why they're doing it. So, let's go back and play something else here that went on the campaign trail. And I want to open up the phone lines that you can call in and tell us what you think about the PNP bus tour. We want to play a video here with Dr. Dayton Campbell. He said that let's try to set him up. I want to listen to this one here.
All artists go onto the stage and they use what they refer to as indecent language. Police charge them.
Sorry. Not that one. What is this?
March, we are march, 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 we are march, 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 'cause we are marching on.
Okay. For someone who is, I think they mix up these things tonight, you know. Anyway, listen to this one.
The beach access issue is a...
Yes, as we were talking about that before, the beach access issue is an issue that all of us, every single one of us, must talk about. Every single one of us must talk about. Listen to this.
The beach access issue is a vexed issue in the country. Because of the way in which our tourism industry has developed, there have become many enclaves where the best beaches are not accessible to the people. And sometimes these are beaches which our people have enjoyed recreationally and as fishermen and so on for many years, going back decades. It cannot be right, and it is not right that our people are being excluded from the beautiful beaches of the land of this country. So we, the People's National Party, intend to deliver beach access in every parish of this country so our people can have access to the beaches of this land. We intend to do it in harmony with the hotel sector. We're not here to fight anybody. We see the importance of the sector. We will work with the sector, but the sector has to work with the people too. And the role of the government is to defend the people and defend the rights of the people. And if necessary, we will invoke legislative measures because we see the need to ensure our people have access to beaches in every parish. We not come for fight nobody. We believe in love for the labor rights because they're Jamaicans too. But we have passion and we are committed to lifting our country and taking it forward. That is why we're blood and fire, comrades. Comrades, are you ready for Ryan Simpson? Are you ready for the People's National Party? Are you ready for Marky G as your Prime Minister? You're so...
And I hear they start this morning with some scripture. So current leader, I want to start off with a scripture today because Romans 8 verse 37 says that we are more than conquerors in all these things. And comrades, we are going to conquer Jamaica. We are going to rescue Jamaica. We are going to ensure that the people of Jamaica have better life. And so we want to start with agriculture. We want to ensure that our farmers have better life. And so we are going to bring in the agricultural development fund that the farmers can get grants so that money can go into the PC bank so farmers can get the machineries that will help them to plow the land. We're going to ensure that there is $9 billion that is put aside, that there's a farm school feeding program, that every child that go to school will get a hot meal, and that your member of parliament will call all the schools around and say, I need your meal plan, that the farmers can now prepare the yam, the cocoa, the dasheen, the potato, the Irish, so that our children can eat good food.
Comrades, you have been going around and you're seeing what's happening right here in Northeast St. Anne. Just a few days ago, we see some graffitis on the ground. They are so desperate that now they're putting words on the roadways. But I am here to tell you this evening, comrades, that words mean nothing to hungry people who want a better life.
This government is trying to take away our power, but we're tired of it, and we're not tolerate it. Them try to cut down every institution that gives the people real power. And we say enough is enough. We say time come for a better life. Time come for a better life, not just for some, but for all.
Good evening, Canada. Brian, you're live on here. Go ahead.
Good evening, but I didn't know.
Yeah, I'm having a program. Yeah, I'm talking about the recent PPP bus tour. Your take on it?
No, you kind of catch me up. Hold on, Jeffrey. Could you something? I'm hearing myself coming back at me, Jeffrey. Can you fix that?
Go ahead.
Ask a person to mute or something.
You hearing it now?
You hear it now?
You're much better.
Yeah, good. Yeah, man. All right. So quickly, the bus tour, that's what you're discussing, the People's National Party bus tour?
Right, yes.
Well, certainly it was, from all accounts, it is clear that it was an overwhelming success. They started out there in St. where they started in where was it? Well, they started in St. Mary, journey into St. Anne, then move on to Trelawney, where they had that massive meeting in Falmouth Square. And I want to commend Dennis Meadows in a big way, that I know for sure the level of work that he put in that meeting, almost put it together, almost single-handedly, you know. Of course, with the caretaker, with McNeil and the rest of the team, but he did a lot of the work on the ground in order to mobilize and get the people out. And we saw what that was, you know, still being and Saturday they journeyed into where did they go first? Hanover, then into Westmoreland, and then Sam Sharks were in Hanover, and then they moved over now into Westmoreland, where they had another stop in Dayton constituency in White House, you know, which from all accounts was well attended as well. And then they moved into the breadbasket of St. Elizabeth, where they gave Patricia, that is going up in Northwest, the constituency that is now represented by J.C. Hutchinson. Just where I have to, my battery is going low, but I'm going to go and talk, so I'm going to rush to see if I can go inside to plug the phone in to get some charge. So if you lose me, just bear with me.
No problem.
Just bear with me. So all in all, as I said, they journeyed into those areas, and they culminated in St. Elizabeth, in Zalika Jess's constituency, that from all accounts, she herself now really deserved so much credit, because I gather that she only had 2 days notice to put together what you saw down there in Santa Cruz, you know, Jeffrey. 2 days. So therefore, it goes to show that you have a candidate who is really doing a lot of work. And I must say that I see some people do things for Jess in terms of helping and going the extra mile. And I'm saying, Jeffrey, that the last time that I saw people show those kind of love for a politician was when Sister P was around. So all in all, I think Jess is in very, very good company. Yeah. And also I'm seeing where other females, the people are really showing them the love, Jeffrey. I am on record saying that I think that all the female candidates are working much harder than the males. You know, people may say, boy, Conrad, you are biased to the female, but that's what I'm seeing. I am seeing where the female candidates are really and truly going out there over time. I don't know if it's because of the trajectory that we always know that women have to do maybe twice as much as the men to get the success that they receive. So the ladies are doing the work, you know, really and truly doing the work, and I want to commend them. So all in all, Jeffrey, the bus tour was really just super. And I think that the People's National Party Secretariat, course General Secretary Dayton Campbell, and party leader Mark Jefferson Golden, Marky Jane, really and truly deserve a lot of credit. And what this shows, Jeffrey, shows that the PNP has the wind beneath its back and certainly are in the ascendancy at this time. You know, because we have seen where Andrew Holness, Prime Minister Holness, Bogart, had gone into areas, and certainly the people seems to shun him. It is clear that Andrew is nowhere near where he was in 2016, well, 2020, let alone 2016, you know. That shine has certainly gone, and you have to bear to one thing in mind, Jeffrey. When people really tar you, you know, you're now tarred with a brush of corruption. You are the first prime minister that on the investigation for illicit enrichment and all of those sort of things. Those must have major impact on you. And if you notice and look at Andrew Wallace, he seems to be a man who has been rolled down. He seems to be under a lot of weight. I was sitting with a female companion of mine recently. And when she sat down, she said, "Oh God, Andrew, let's get all quick, sir. Andrew, turn one proper old man." That was what the young lady said to me, I had to laugh. I said, "Boy, I better you say it than me." So all in all, that those are some of the things that are basically trending, Jeffrey. And the PNP now moving to their parish meetings. Of course, they had that in Northeast Manchester last night. It is obvious that the PNP smell blood in that constituency and believe that constituency is pregnant for the taking, and the PNP said, "Listen, a baby will be born, and this baby will be an orange comrade baby." And indeed, Wellington Wint, the candidate, is the father of that baby, so he will be walking up Duke Street after the election is done and dusted. And from all accounts, Jeffrey, it's a constituency that I have intimate knowledge with. I can tell you that from the get-go, when Wellington offered himself as a candidate to come back, he has been there, and the poll showed him in front, and certainly the people of Northeast, really seems to be in love with him. Because even a lot of people who normally support Ardley, they're saying that now that Ardley is gone, they will now have to support their other homeboy, who is Wellington Wint. So all in all, that's one that I mark on the register present for the People's National Party. I believe that Northeast Manchester is certainly done and dusted, and Wellington will be a member of Parliament. Don't know if the Prime Minister will, if the Prime Minister, the incoming Prime Minister, will have anything to do to give him to do at the executive level, because certainly Wellington Wint is a qualified man, a very successful businessman, a man who knows the whole gamut of business and so on, and he has a lot of training certainly in land and the environment and all those kind of things. So it's, I don't know, as I said, that is within the gift of the incoming Prime Minister, but he will not be short of talent, certainly, to select a proper cabinet and indeed an executive, because when we talk about, there are two separate things. You have the cabinet, which is the straight minister of government, and then you have the state ministers that now form part of the executive. Of course, state ministers, they don't attend cabinet, they are not part of the cabinet. The only person outside of full ministers that get cabinet privilege is your Attorney General, because the Attorney General is such a pivotal role, so he get the same privilege as cabinet minister. So he or she sits within the cabinet. And
when you look on Northeast, all the show old seat there, that all the left to Alderman, you believe that Alderman stand a chance in Aldershaw's old seat?
No, but that's what I just said. I just said it already.
Yeah, but what I mean, in knowing that Aldershaw has been there for how many years? All right.
33, I think.
Yes. So for instance, saying that she come close then. All right. Do you believe that the people prefer her than the gentleman who's there now?
Absolutely not. Absolutely. You see, listen.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter, is that Val went live among the people. Right? This is the third time that Val is going for the constituency,
Yeah.
So he is really a known quantity. However, Aldershaw developed a kind of love affair with the people there. So while Val came in close range once, where Alder beat him by, I think, something like about 300 plus votes, he ran a very spirited contest. As a matter of fact, it was said that he was winning the seat up to about 3:30 the evening, and then something happened. I won't react what happened, but something happened, and they basically snapped the victory from him. at that point. But Val is a known commodity. He is a major businessman in the area. As a matter of fact, basically he gives back a lot to the area. Even the area there that they call Kobe in Christiana, that's his property, and he allow the farmers from whether it's Trelawney, Northeast Manchester, and its environment. That's where they do their butchering there. He made that available because there isn't a butchery in the constituency. So he gave that to them and allow them to do their slaughtering there and so on. And another thing that he is doing right now, his property is taking thousands of taxes off the road, or hundreds of taxis, but certainly they make thousands of trips on a daily basis. And it is his property that is used. Valwind also assist a lot of people in the constituency with lands to do their small farming and so on. So, and he's also a major housing developer there. I don't know if you hear about Glencoe Housing Development. That's one of his flagship projects. And so on. So, and he was a grocer, a supermarket owner inside there. He also operates a Cambio, VW investment, and so he's a known quantity. Val doors are open, and I'm not asking questions. Val doors are open to the people of Northeast Manchester on a daily basis. Any amount of people would go by Val house in the morning, and the first thing Val is going to ask, you have a cup of tea, and his house is which is a lovely home. Really lovely home he has there, nestled in the hills of Walderston in the constituency. And, you know, that's just who he is. He keep on sending children to school. He is paying medical bill. So it's not just election time when Val is out there and say, boy, I'm going to donate a 500,000 here and there. It is in his DNA. This is what he has been doing. So people are seeing him now as the natural fit. Now that Audley Shaw gone, even people who have normally supported Audley, they're saying, boy, it would be a travesty of justice for them to go against Wellington Win. Some people say, boy, they prefer not to vote. You know? They probably, if they can't go into the poll and put the side behind the mark beside the head, they prefer not to vote because they're not going to go out there and vote against Wellington Win. So, you know, this thing where Audrey is coming in and she said, boy, she giving worker, we're basically being partisan and vulgar. She giving black tank just to party worker. Not to the people who need it, you know, but to party worker. And so on, you know, the wrong style. And also, Jeffrey, we're seeing a sort of reverse role with Audrey Marks. We know people who are basically do the things the opposite way, where they would have completed politics and then they go on and take home statesman or stateswoman position, becoming ambassador. Yes. Audrey Marks, on the other hand, basically after being the #1 diplomat in Washington for Jamaica, now come back and in blatant partisan, you know, divisive politics she started out on, in my humble view.
But Conrad, I am being told that they're pumping a lot of money in that era, man, to get that seat for her.
Yes, because what happened, she would have basically had connection within the private sector and so on. So obviously, it's not going to be a lack of money on her part. But the people of Northeast Manchester are repelling that and saying that, listen, they are not for sale. And I think she's going to be in for a rude awakening this time around because the people recognize that, listen, they have been tricked for 33 years and they're not about to do that anymore. You know, Valwind use his personal equipment, heavy duty equipment, to complete road surface in the constituency for the people. It's a man. He's a man who and Val has the distinction as being. I think he was the chairman or vice chairman for the Red Cross of the Caribbean. Yeah. You know, so he has that kind of service under his belt. He's also a qualified. Well, certainly he has a law degree, so he's also trained in that area. He's not a practicing lawyer, but he has a law degree among others, where he is a trained person in, as I said before, in environmental skill, water treatment, etc., etc. So you're talking about a man who is really and truly endowed with a lot of things, trappings under his belt. Certainly a very impressive resume that he boasts,
As you talk about that, Conrad, I wonder how the people feel that, they just push away Audley Shaw. And the gentleman who was there, he doesn't get the opportunity to take over from Audley. They're just pushing this person here who, as you said before, a diplomat wasn't, no diplomat ever come back to Jamaica and decide to run for politics. None. Ambassador Luma Samba, they have never done that. Ambassador Curtis Ward have never done that. Ambassador Derek Heaven have never done that.
No, but white man. Yes. You talk about people like my goodness gracious me, his wife is a gorgeous lady there. Ambassador, the senator on the JLP side. Ozzy Harding. Yes, Harding. Yes, those people and so show dignity and character. We never do this. But Audrey Marks decide for whatever reason that she's going to buck the status quo, and so on. And it's a little bit tacky. It's a little bit tacky, You have people like my friend, Mr. Thomas. Who he was the ambassador for China, and then he was promoted to the United States. And indeed, when those persons ask about getting back, and you ask them, would you consider? And I said, no, are you crazy? I remember when I engaged my good friend Tommy, Mr. Thomas, man, and he said to me that, listen, Conrad, come on. No, man, we don't do that. We see ourselves, while we have our parties and affiliation, but we see ourselves above the free to go back into the parties and jaws of the politics. Yes, not at all.
I wonder, I'm questioning myself. I wonder why Audrey Marks decided to do this. Because
apparently they have been looking for a quote unquote name brand or heavyweight candidate, and in their wisdom they believe that Audrey is probably a heavyweight, but I really don't see her as a heavyweight candidate at all. Not at all. Far from it. I believe that when you match her up with Valwint, apart from the fact that she has the trappings of being an ambassador, Valwint is head and shoulder above her in so many ways. In so many ways. We asked a question again, Jeffrey, about the fact that they had pushed out Audley Shaw. I don't know that it is so much pushed out. We all know that Audley had been suffering ill health. As to how they deal with him, in terms of the decency in him departing office. I don't think he has been accorded that level of decency, and certainly it's not going down well, because all this protege that he had endorsed in the council for the Craighead division, Mr. Omar Miller, who is father also a councillor. And the Labour Party really deal with him harshly. As a matter of fact, I gather that one of the meetings that he attended, with the Prime Minister, had to basically use expletive and exit that meeting. So, all in all,
who did that? Audley?
No. Omar had to do that. So he's not really a happy camper, but to men party, sometimes people come to what they did is now give him the role of campaign manager. But I don't know that even a lot of people, I know, for example, a gentleman who have been very, very close to Omar, you know, was prepared to go out there to support Omar. And he said, not at all. He said he will not be seen as far as the east to the west in that campaign for the Labour Party because he believed that they have treated young Omar Miller, Councillor Omar Miller, so bad that, you know, it leave a bitter taste. And what he's saying, it shows that the Labour Party is saying that, listen, you can't be a young man who come from humble beginning, build your stock and rise to, you know, becoming a member of parliament in the constituency that you are from, the constituency that your father would have served as a councillor and so on, but you have to import somebody to come into the constituency at the dying moment. And it's not going down well for a lot of people in that Northeast Manchester constituency, Jeffrey. I can tell you, it's a constituency that I have very, very much have real intimate knowledge of, you know.
Would you say,
of course, you know, the Manchester.
Would you say that the Labour Party has become a party, in my words now, wherein the color of your skin have a long way to go with you?
I don't think it has become. I don't think it has become. It has always been a part of the Labour Party DNA. It's not like the PNP, where whatever your color is, whether you're white, blue, pink, or purple, you can rise to the pinnacle of the PNP. And no matter what your sex is, if you're a female or a male, you can rise to the pinnacle of the PNP. Either you're brown or you're what you call Jamaican white man, you'll be able to rise to the highest level of the Labour Party. We saw it with Colonel Charles Senior. Colonel Charles Senior was literally beaten outside in the precincts of the arena some time ago. And that's where the whole argument when Colonel said it was black man time now, something that people try to ascribe to P.J. Patterson. So it's P.J. Patterson. It was Colonel Charles who was saying that outside the arena, and he was summarily beaten. So people like, for example, Colonel's son, Junior, who will probably harbors the thought of going one better than his father, he will never get there. You know, I don't think even Floyd Green will even see leadership within the Labour Party. Well, Floyd will be out of it because Miranda Wellington will be sending him home.
What do you think about Bobby Montague? Because Bobby Montague have the largest delegate votes within the Labour Party, you know.
It's a no-no, and had Bobby being of a different pigmentation and so on, Bobby would get the battle. Because you also have to bear in mind that the financier within the Labour Party is not interested in backing a man of Bobby's hue. You know, it's a sad fact. It's a sad truth. You know, and you can look at the leadership of the Labour Party. No matter how a person of a darker hue, you know, do the heavy lifting and rise up. They never. That is why Bobby Montague, even though he has, they say he has a large block of delegates, he's a non-starter. He's a non-starter, and worse now, he is trailing by about 19 to 21 points in the poll behind newcomer Miss Omar Woodbine down there in Western St. Mary. Remember now that seat is one of the weather veins that tend to go with the winning party, and as you can see, the PNP seems very much impregnable in that parish of St. Mary. You know?
You know, Conrad, when I look on the crowd in Falmouth, the crowd in Samshab Square, the crowd in Hanover, the crowd in Negril, and finally the big crowd in Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth. Everybody knows.
And before they reach Santa Cruz, let's not discount it. What happened over there in Darliston in the general sector constituency, and also an area called Tombstone in northwest St. Elizabeth, that constituency that is now represented in politics by Mr. Simpson. Popular goes by the name Jafar Scott. You know, so
When you come,
Jeffrey heard me. Don't do it. Yeah. So they call him Black Ass Scott. I don't know why, but that's his pet name. That's his pet name, you know. So just like how Andrew is Brogard Radam, you know, of course, you know that what Peanut Dread adapt him. Peanut Dread is Andrew's adopted father, you know. That's why he get the name Radam. Cause you know Peanut Dread surname is Radam.
Oh,
you didn't know, Jeffrey?
no. I thought.
Yes, no.
I thought it was just a you know, just a stage name.
It's a stage name. What's that?
Serious thing, though. Listen to me. Is it true that when you see an election night, if Senator decided to go all green, all orange rather, that means that the PNP gone home?
Certainly it will, because what will be playing true to form is that it means that there's two weather vanes. I would take, even if you don't say northwest, northwest, yes, northwest coming home. That is with Patricia. You know, even they see where southeast and southwest, along with the Queen, Zalika Jess, up in northeast. Once you see those 3 seats coming home to the PNP, then it's all over by the shore, because that's a guide that, you know, the weather vane seats will be coming home. Let alone if the other seat, if you are seeing 4 out of 4 coming out of St. Elizabeth, which is what the PNP is saying that they're looking at, because for the first time they're saying that no, they have a candidate there who is a native, a teacher. Her father had some political experience there, and I gather that her father had done a lot of work for young people, people who are now, you know, having their children who are now of voting age. She herself is a teacher. That's Patricia, what's her name? Forrester, yes. And, you know, from all accounts, they're saying that she is doing very well. So if she pulls through along with the other 3, Jeffrey, it will be Punkas, Pampankas.
Conrad, I don't know if you're aware that there's a rumor going around that her boyfriend is involved in certain stupid situation there. I think the Labour Party has pumped up some propaganda on her, though.
Whose boyfriend?
The same teacher lady there.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'll talk to you off air, though. Let's brought to my attention about certain things, though. And I'm wondering if it's the JLP that bring up this propaganda about the lady. Because I've been hearing some very good things about her, because she was born in St. Elizabeth. She's from St. Elizabeth from humble beginning.
Man, she is. Well, you know, Jeffrey, I am not here to speak to that. Certainly, she's on my radar to be my guest on my program. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to reach out to her to see how soon we can get her on, because certainly she deserves some amount of exposure like we have been giving to the other.
So, Conrad, for election night now, West Rural St. Andrew, you're taking that?
West Rural St. Andrew, that is the constituency that the veteran politician John Gardner Wedley is the candidate for the People's National Party. Of course, he'll be going up against Olympian Juliet Cuthbert Flynn. And you know, the lady who have been captured and taped using all sorts of expletives and so on, you know. And what happened? the other thing is not in good stead with a lot of her members of her executive. Don't know if they've backed that up, but from all accounts, the people of West Rural are saying that, listen, they have not feel her present and seen where she has done much for them within the last 9 years. As a matter of fact, it is argued by that community center computer labs that were there under Paul Buchanan, who is now going up against Andrew Holness. Those areas have been shut down, and about 150 computers cannot be accounted for. So all in all, those are some baggage that the MP Juliet Cockburn is carrying. There are a lot of bad roads inside the constituency. People are still struggling with the perennial water issue and so on. So all in all, Joan feels as if she has a great time. So I gather she had a fundraiser recently that was well attended, and things moving in a good way for her. So that is one that the PNP is looking at as well, and saying that, listen, they will be able to recapture that seat. And therefore, remember now that in 2011, that was one of the seats that came home for the People's National Party. And if we're analyzing and saying that we're back where it seems as if we're back where the PNP were in 2011, then certainly you'd have to factor all of those seats in, and West Rural would be certainly one of them. As a matter of fact, the entire belt there, from East Rural coming over to the Eastern San Andrew, where Patricia Duncan Sutherland is, going over to East to West Rural. As a matter of fact, along the way there, the PNP is poised to pick up another in the form of Northeastern St. Andrew, where you have State Attorney at Law T.C. Knight, who is going up against another Attorney at Law, Delroy Chuck, the Justice Minister. We have seen where Delroy Chuck is but a shadow of himself now, trying to walk with something that he has never done. And all in all, Stacey seems to have him on the rope. So election night, Jeffrey, I think there are going to be some massive surprise. I have said, I am on record saying that I believe that the PNP will retake the 42 seats that they had in 2011, and they will bump it up by another 3 that I'm calling, and that is Northeast Manchester, Southern Trelawney, and indeed Northeastern St. Andrew with Stacey Knight. So, and it will be a mist of us, Jeffrey, not to mention that come Wednesday, the entire parish of Trelawney will be painted orange, because the PNP train will be moving in there to basically show up that seat for Paul Patmore, who himself has turned out, Jeffrey, to be a super candidate so far.
And I get to understand that last night, Conor O'Brien in Manchester, the JDF and the JCF was out in full force. Are you aware of that?
Well, what I heard, because yes, there was a lot of security present, and when I talked to the MP candidate, Volwint, today, he was quite pleased that, for the flow of traffic and so on, the security forces did a fine job there. I don't know if they were out there for, anticipating anything, but all in all, I gather that there was heavy contingent of security. And Val Wint himself, he has an excellent relationship with the police within the area. Obviously, there would have been additional reinforcement into the constituency, because, of course, you're talking about a parish rally by a major political party, the People's National Party, and Northeast Manchester is one of the seats that is on the radar. The JLP is hell-bent on retaining it, and the People's National Party is smelling blood and say, this one is for us after 33 years. So one can really understand that the heavy contingent of security force members that will be out there on the ground, Jeffrey. That would be a given,
I heard that the Prime Minister's seat is a very shaky seat for him now too.
Jeffrey, what I say to you, Paul Lennox Buchanan, it is not an easy campaigner. He's a tough cookie. When he went to West Rural St. Andrew, he overall at 3,000 plus.
Not West Rural, man. The premises is a West Rural.
No, hear what I'm saying. When he went to West Rural, St. Andrew, where he was the MP there, he unseated Gallimore. That's never Gallimore's son. Right? He overall a 3,000 plus majority to take over that seat. As a matter of fact, those computer labs and all of that I'm talking about, those were installed there by Paul Buchanan, and they are now gone to the dungeon under the present member of parliament. But to go to West Central, West Central St. Andrew, where Paul Buchanan is up against the Prime Minister, I am not seeing that seat, Jeffrey, as it used to be over the last two elections, where the PNP just had a holding candidate in the shocking wise one there, the producer. I'm seeing where the PNP is.
Yes, go ahead.
Patrick Robert. Yeah, I'm seeing where the PNP is basically putting up a tough fight there in Paul Buchanan. He said to me that he has the numbers, his canvas is right up there, and when Paul tell you that he has his number and his canvas looking good, then certainly you have to give very, very serious consideration there. We know that he lost, I think, about 3 vehicles since he's in there on the campaign trail. You know, one where his window pane was smashed with stone, and I think that there had been a theft of 2 of his vehicles and so on. But so all in all, you know, there's a fair share of intimidatory tactics, I gather, that is going on down there in the constituency. But as I said before, Paul is a warrior. He's a man who knows the ground. He's a boy star. Oh my goodness, what the community down there is from. He's a tough man from inside the inner city, you know, but he actually went to Wilmer's, a brilliant mind, and certainly, you know, but he knows the rules. He also has the privilege or the distinction of playing cricket for Jamaica as a young boy. So he is really somebody who knows the lay of the land. He's a Jonestown man, yes, he's a Jonestown man. So he knows the rudiments of the inner city, and he has never left the ground. So you can't write off Paul. He's not just a candidate that's a boy. We are fielding a candidate here. He is much, much more than that. You know? Jeffrey, can I take my link up, you know?
Yes, man, but before you go, you think the PM will never, if you're going to lose his seat?
That's the thing. No, I am not prepared to say that, to call that one, to say that the PM will be losing his seat. As a matter of fact, because of the fact that he is the Prime Minister, he has been there for some time. I would say that seat, I would say it's still lean JLP at the moment. However, I will not be super surprised if election night it is called for one Paul Lennox Buchanan. Would not be surprised at all if we see Paul Buchanan do what Bunting did. Well, he was a former Prime Minister then, but former Prime Minister nonetheless. Huge loss of share when young Peter Murcutt Bunting basically sent him into retirement. It could very well be that, you know, the older guy, Paul Buchanan, now send Andrew Holness into political oblivion. That is a possibility, but as I said, I have that still in the column green for the people, for the Prime Minister.
Conrad O'Brien, News Talk 93 FM. Thanks for coming on, my friend. I'll call you later.
All the best. Join me tomorrow, 9 a.m. sharp from the University of the West Indies. News Talk 93 FM, where we talk truth to power, no matter who the guy is. Straight up. One love, Jeffrey.
One love, Colin O'Brien. Bye-bye.
All the best. Jeffrey, the bars. Good.
For those who are just joining us, we're speaking about the issues, your views on the bus tour of the People's National Party. We also have some T-shirts that we are selling, $25 for one. And you can call in your take on the bus tour, the People's National Party bus tour around Jamaica. 954-529-8030. You just heard from Conor O'Brien giving us a quick synopsis of what is going on in the political arena in our country, Jamaica. So you can call in. The numbers are 954-529-8030. 954-529-8030. That's the numbers to call in. Give us your take on the bus tour, the recent bus tour that the PNP had around the length and breadth of Jamaica from Negril Point into, well, I would say Moran Point too. You know, they're going to go over there pretty soon. And everywhere they go, they have mass crowd following behind them. They had a mass crowd in Manchester last night. I heard that they had to call out the more security personnel on the streets of Santa Cruz last night. And now they're having a mass meeting in Trelawney come Wednesday night. We're going to bring that to you live on the Mek Wi Talk program here. We're also going to bring all the meetings when the Prime Minister called the election. This is election station. The Mek Wi Talk station will be the election station for election night. So we will be bringing all the rallies and conferences and so forth around the country on this program here. We piggyback on other channels and bring it to you live. But election night, right here is the place to be. We're going to have all sort of guests on the program here to speak to us about the nitty-gritty about Jamaican politics. You heard Conor O'Brien say that if centers go green, you can call it good night for the PNP. They will bring it home. You know, so if the constituencies of all centers entire centers go green, go orange rather, you know that the PNP is taking home the election that night, whatever he calls it. The Prime Minister has to call the election right after CARICOM heads of government meetings. I can tell you that much. He has to call it. He has to call the election right after the CARICOM meetings. He has to call it. Good night, East Portland. My family over there in East Portland. Good night to my brother over there in East Portland, Sir Isaac Buchanan, who is doing a tremendous job over there in trying to get the people of East Portland to come his way, to say, hey, this is the better way to come. The number to call is 954-529-8030. That's 954-529-8030. That's the number to call in the program. If you are interested to buy T-shirts, we also have T-shirts for sale. It's $25 for one. Just call us and we can, ship them off to you. We also have Blood and Fire Comrades T-shirts for sale also. We also have Mek Wi Talk Jamaica Election 2025 T-shirts for sale. Come on, people, students. I can't believe me do all of these and not patronize me at all. Oh, Lord. Anyway. So, that's what we're talking about tonight. If you want to call in the program tonight and speak to us, what is your views on the recent PNP tour around the country? Call us and let us talk about it. 954-529-8030. Let me see if I can get a hold of Sir Sam. I don't hear from him pertaining to this and his views on it. Let me see if I can get a hold of him to speak to us about his take on the election, the bus tour of the PNP around the country. Just a moment, please. Yes. And there are some developing stories going on in the parliament. The clerk of the parliament is believing that she run the Jamaica's parliament. We have some more news to give you about that. That's coming into us. Yes, the numbers to call is 954-52980. I want to call Sir Sam and ask him about this. Mr. And ask Sir Sam his views on the people of Jamaica. Hopefully, Sir Sam answer. You know, you have to take some of the older people. Sir Sam, welcome to the program, man. You're live on air.
Yeah, man.
What is
okay, sir.
What is your take on the PNP recent bus tour around the country?
All right. First thing, I believe the Prime Minister was a drop off in bed last night. Secondly, I know him have a car election, but I know
hold on for Mr. Sam. Miss Jean, thank you so much, ma'am. What I will do, you can call my number and we can talk, or you can sell it to me. You can sell it to me, and we can get them to you also. But you can call me and we can get your address and everything to ship out the t-shirts to you. So for those who want t-shirt to buy, we have t-shirts for sale. So Sam, go ahead.
Yeah, and I believe people in Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth, and Manchester, St. Anne's, and St. Mary, PMP supporters,
yes,
I think they are energized like 2011.
Yes.
Especially the young people. I think more young people are now energized than 2011. So I believe it is a well set for the PNP to step up their political campaign election call.
So in other words, the PNP machinery is well ready to go.
Yeah, I think this one is well organized. Plus, I believe the PNP should give thanks to Andre Stevens. Because when he go to the various constituency where PNP stop, a lot of people energized to see him. And I know I have a friend.
Hold on for Mr. Sam. Not only that, Mr. Sam. The PNP never have a live coverage of the road tour, It was Andre who decided to do it. And when I asked Andre, can I piggyback on you? He never told me no. He said, yes, go ahead and do it. And I think the PNP, should give Andre Stevenson, lift their hat to him, because he went to every single one of them.
Yes, and I'll tell you something. I have a friend living in St. Anne's, and I call her and say, she just don't talk to her sister and her cousin live in Westmoreland. And they go and, when Andre come, they want a picture. They want everything with Andre Stevens.
Yes.
So friends and families was alert each other about Andre Stevens. Right? So some of the people who want to stay home and what, don't stay home, then come out. And I believe if I were people like Isa Buchanan, Miss Lady around Juliet Cuthbert, what's your name again?
Joan Gordon Webley.
Joan Gordon Webley. And I believe the two ladies in St. Anne's and the two ladies in St. Elizabeth should, when they have their political.
Joan have her own media team, though,
Yeah, no, I thought, well, listen, I believe each of those people
yes, but Miss
should give Andre Stevenson Yeah.
May I ask you?
Yeah.
What is your take on all that went on? Andre get
Yeah, but I'm telling
hold on a man.
yeah.
Andre get all in glory. Andre did a
Yeah, no, but
he did a great job. But
I'm going to go further.
overall, what is your
Yeah.
take on the everywhere the PNP go? People gather around them. I want to take a take on that.
Yeah, I tell you, it's a win-win situation for the PNP party. Also, some of the candidates them they get a plus off for the bus tour.
Yes.
Because they support other member of the PNP party, you know, and close up and touch on and work with. You can even south Manchester, southeast Manchester, South Manchester. Entourage of people come out just to see other members of the PNP party talk, right? So it's a winning situation, and it's put the PNP on a high now to continue the same momentum. But I was saying that, just give me a minute to say this. Those conferences which is nail biting. If I were those candidates, I would give Andre Stephen a 5 minutes on their platform when they have their conference. I believe. God, he's going to sell you. He's going to sell. Right? And I mark out some conference where I saw the people react to him. And I said those candidates should give him, when they have their thing, to give him for 5 minutes on it.
Do you realize that when Andre went on the bus, he spoke to the persons who were aspiring members of parliament on the bus, so Sam?
Yes, yeah, but the platform part I'm talking about, the platform.
But I'm trying to say to you all, Sir Sam,
yeah.
he spoke to them, and on his midday program, they come on his program.
Yeah, I understand all of that now. I understand all of that.
And when the PNP having mass meeting in the constituencies, it come live on the PNP platform too. And Andre.
Yeah, what I'm saying. Yeah, what I'm saying. If I were any of those candidates, I would invite him as a guest speaker, one of them. For any of those candidates.
Who tell us Andre want to go on platform go talk?
I did not really say no, man.
You know, hear the young man say he prefer what he's doing.
Yeah, but
no, we mustn't push. If he doesn't want to do it, why are we pushing him to do it?
No.
He said
I believe.
He said he doesn't.
I don't think he said he want to do it.
He said he rather do what he's doing. He does not want to be a part of any political thing. He rather do all what he's doing to assist the people and so forth. He doesn't want to.
But he's a part of a political.
He does not want to.
He's a part of a political machine.
He doesn't want to go on in the platform or speak.
Well, I believe they invite him. He will take it up.
And we must stop now because a person go around and do certain. We not push them. We go do certain. We go speak on a political platform.
No,
he does not want to.
All right. You don't think? Well, next question. You don't think Andre would like one day to run as a candidate?
I don't know. I don't
do you know him as a candidate already?
Mr. Sam.
Yeah.
I did not call you over here for us to discuss if Andre wants to run as a member of parliament. Yeah, Andre said he don't want to do it. On his live feed coming in from the grill. His producer said it to him. And Andre said no. So why are we pushing him?
I never hear that.
He said no.
I never hear that. So if that's what him say, I say that, but I'm going to tell you something.
Anyway, I'm asking.
I don't think this month going to finish. I don't think this month.
Mr. Sam, hold on here. Let's switch the conversation. Your take on the mass meeting on Sunday, the one in Trelawney, the one in Santa Cruz. Those 3 meetings I saw, what do you think about them?
I believe the two most important one to me is Santa Cruz and Manchester. The reason why, the Santa Cruz meeting is a very important meeting for the PMP because that seat was held by a PMP before, right? And I believe that meeting will give Miss Lisa Williams just a platform to go on and campaign more. Also, Mr. Wint get a perfect platform for him to do it, dethrone a 30-year seat, 32-year seat won by the JLP. So those two meetings is my tick in the box.
Okay, so Sam, what do you can tell you?
Yeah.
Don't have this in your head that Andre want to be in a member party.
No, and I go past that.
All right.
I go past that, but the next thing I want to say, I don't believe July going in and Mr. Andrew, if Mr. don't call election. I don't believe.
You don't believe what?
That July going in and if Mr. don't call election. I don't believe.
He has to call election after CARICOM meeting, sir. He has
You
to.
have to? Why?
What do you mean why? But I don't understand, no, they can't think call it.
No. Yeah, but you say after. When's CARICOM meeting? CARICOM meeting going on now, right?
Yes, and he's the chairman of CARICOM.
Right. But that don't mean him have to call it.
Mr. Sam. Mr. Sam.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I don't understand we people in this country. The election is constitutionally due by September of this year, sir. All right?
Right.
It does not look feasible for the Prime Minister. For the Prime Minister to be beyond this month to call election. So he has to call it. Anyway, I gotta take another call. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, man. All right, thank you.
Good night. Welcome to the program. You're live.
I'm calling about the t-shirts.
Yes. We have the t-shirts for sale. So what you're gonna do for me after I come off the phone?
Okay.
When I come off the air rather, I'm gonna send you my Zelle. Actually, my Zelle information is this telephone number. So
all right.
You can send it to this number, and
yes.
When you do it, you take a picture of it, send back to me, and send me your address, and I'll send it off to you.
All right. All right. Thank you.
Where are you? You're here in the United States?
Yes, I am in New York, but I live in Georgia.
Okay, no problem. Just send me your address, and I'll send it off to you.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
But before you go though, remember that the $25 is just for the shirt, but shipping is totally different.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
So you tell me how much in all must I send?
I will tell you off air, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thanks. Okay. Yes, 954-529-8030. That's the number to call into the program. Yes, one missed call coming a while ago. 3 missed call. Oh, because she's saying one calling in. 954-529-8030. I don't know why do we believe that because a person speak out, that means the person wants to run for election. I don't think so. Hello?
Hey, Jeffrey.
Yes.
The campaign was a beautiful one, man. But I have a question. You mentioned CARICOM just now.
Yes.
How is it that they allow the Prime Minister of Jamaica to be the chairman of CARICOM and he's under investigation?
Hold on. How CARICOM works? Every single CARICOM member country get the opportunity to become chairman of CARICOM. It's Jamaica's turn now.
But there must be some laws there that govern.
There's no laws governing anything, sir.
So it's just simple show me that the CARICOM
No, hold on there. Hold on.
Jeffrey, hold on.
No, hold on,
Jeffrey.
hold on. No. We must be civil here. Hold on a minute there. When CARICOM was formed in the 1970s, sir, all right, there's nothing in the laws of CARICOM or the constitution of CARICOM stated that an individual. CARICOM didn't make up an individual, no. CARICOM make up of Caribbean countries. The last person who was chairman of CARICOM was Barbados. And the Prime Minister of Barbados was the chairman. That's Mia Motley. It is Jamaica's turn now for chairmanship. If hold on for me. If Mark Golding was Prime Minister, he automatically he's the chairman. It is Andrew Jonas now because Andrew is Prime Minister. So
Jeffrey, I understand what you said, but I could argue just the same as how can you allow somebody that is a criminal to sit on a...
We can't prove so he's a criminal, you know.
But he's been investigated.
By who?
Isn't he a part of the illicit 10?
I don't know because we don't see the names.
They said he's a part of the illicit 10.
We have not seen the name, sir, so I can't say he's a part of the illicit 10.
So the CARICOM body needs to implement laws that says if you are being investigated by your country.
And what you fail to understand also, sir, as I said before, CARICOM do not go as individuals, sir.
That's why I said the body.
CARICOM, if Jamaica, and what Jamaica is a part of CARICOM, it is Jamaica's turn to become chairman of CARICOM.
Me no feel say they should skip him. Me feel say they should skip him.
Well,
they should have skipped it, Jeffrey.
How many other prime ministers around the Caribbean who is involved in certain things and yet they become chairman?
Well, that's what I am saying. If you're questionable where criminal activity is concerned, then we skip you.
Then hold on there. Why don't we call for him to step down as prime minister? Have we done that?
We have been calling
who?
For that. Even me myself, man. A lot of people.
I want to fail to understand it. It's one person can't call for it, you know. If the Jamaican people feel as if Holness shouldn't be prime minister of this country because whatever, why have they taken to the streets and called for him to resign?
But let me tell you this, Jeffrey. You see, when you keep your country hungry and illiterate, no, Jeffrey, you can't say that, man. If they keep the country illiterate and hungry, it's easy if you go to them and give them 130,000 to keep them quiet.
So do you expect that we in the diaspora can do something about Andrew Jonas being prime minister in the country?
Of course, you guys have been talking. You guys have been educating the country.
We're chatting. Is Andrew Jonas move yet?
But what? Because what do you think, Imado? He might protect himself at all costs. Let me ask you, Jeffrey. If you know, say you're questionable, and if you come out of the position, they might go lock up your back.
What you fail to understand, you know, all we can do in the Jamaican diaspora is talk.
Jeffrey, the time.
The ultimate buck stop with the Jamaican people, sir.
Jeffrey.
Jamaican people is in the Jamaica.
The people are talking, Jeffrey. You don't realize that you alone carry the people like you, Andre, Ratty.
And I'm saying to you, sir, the ultimate buck stop with the Jamaican people.
I understand that, okay. But the man decides him now move because he's questioning
people. Because majority of Jamaican people hands and gloves him.
Me not think so, Jeffrey, and all of them hands and gloves him. You will see about that election night.
I said this on this platform already, you know. Mark Jefferson Golding cannot dictate to Mocha, the FID, to say, okay, lock up Andrew Jonas. They can't do it. He cannot do it. what more can they have to do is start an investigation in him. If they start an investigation in him and they don't find anything, and if they find something, they have to be very careful how they go and proceed in locking up the ex-prime minister.
But Jeffrey, you know, say that now go happen because Andrew buy out everybody.
I'm not buying buy out everybody. If he buy out everybody, I agree about everybody. But one drifting from it. They have to be very careful how they go about, so they're gonna lock up the ex-prime minister. I mean, I think of nobody, you know, who must read between the lines. If they decide to they find something on him and they want to lock him up and charge him, take some tell you, it will pandemonium in the streets of Jamaica.
You think so?
You see it?
No, sir, I don't think so. Election
I fail to understand, you know. There's majority of the Labour Party members who go out in the streets.
But we not care about them. Let them go on and carry it down their ass.
No, not on this program. Please don't.
Sorry.
Not on this program. Don't do that.
I'm sorry about that. But me I tell you, say, there are reasons there for lock him up. I cover him up. And me I tell you this again.
What is the reason?
When you know you're guilty, Jeffrey, just give me a chance. Jeffrey, give me a chance to talk. If you're in a position that governs the people, and you know you're guilty of certain activities, you're gonna sit in that position to buy yourself time to clear yourself. That's why I'm putting in cycle party in a cycle body in a position.
Forget about that. Forget about that. The question I want to ask you, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
If the Integrity Commission said that they do not they stop the investigation into Andrew Holness, that is all over in the paper that I saw. Did you see it?
They stop it because in friend in the new me not see it, but me I say why they stop the investigation.
Question, sir. Did you see
it? No, me not see it.
Okay. I'm gonna say this to you again.
I
accept your opinion and I respect your opinion.
I'm
gonna say this to you. You said that he's a criminal. You say XQYZ. All right? They say he has 28 bank account and whatever. We see all of that and everything. Must stop with the investigators. Is anybody from Mocha investigating the Prime Minister?
I don't know, Jeffrey.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
But let's see when the PNP win. Whoever investigating nasty ass.
And I want him to tell you again. Mark Jefferson Golden cannot dictate to the police or anybody to lock up Andrew Holness.
But him can ask for
No. Mr. Golden is a lawyer. And Mr. Golden has to go by the rule of law. If he's the prime minister of this country, hold on to me.
Yes, where you read, where you said to me now. So them set up rules and laws to protect themselves.
Hold on for me, no man.
The country now run getting good, Jeffrey. Then, man.
You don't see that long time.
The country now run good. None of them can get my vote then, Jeffrey. If one can implement laws, they say if the prime minister TP if he got a prison, then you know make no sense.
How many other politicians robbed this country before Andrew Holness? Is it they got a prison?
Well, guess what? Me can speak for the one. No, listen up. Me I speak for the one them when me born come see. If them do a auditing, I hear say PJ thief lock up in all self. Any one of them, that me believe now. If you decide to run and represent the
hold on for me. I am not misleading nobody.
What may I say, Jeff?
If Mark will become prime minister tomorrow morning, he cannot. And I ask you for what again that.
So we waste a time I go on to Jamaica then, because you can't have a prime minister oppress the people and take from the people. And you have to tell me say I'll go live lavish with the people and money.
All of them did already.
Money. Then all of them figure out prison.
By who no can them go to prison? Is anybody down there can go to prison?
Paguana, Jamaica. That means that Jamaica still under slave mastership.
Jamaica, listen to me. If we do investigation of how much money have been taken out of this country by politicians and not one single one get locked up.
So Jeffrey, that means so that means let me ask you a question. So only that means all of the bloggers them not cry for the right thing then, man. Not cry for
no, listen to me. No,
Jeffrey.
Hold on.
Hold on, Jeffrey, hold on.
You know what you fail to understand?
Jeffrey,
we the bloggers can call for XQYZ. We can't do nothing about it. Can we do anything
Jeffrey,
about it?
Say this, Jeffrey. The facts are not called for vote for PMP.
Oh, no.
I agree. No, other bloggers. You're neutral. Yes, you're neutral. But if the bloggers are calling for the people to vote for PMP, right? Which I agree with. If PMP not prison these people, why it makes sense?
PNP
what them all come in?
PNP can dictate to the FID or anybody. The FID is
hold on. The Senate implement laws, right?
The Parliament and the Senate implement laws, sir.
So hold on. So if Mark Golden party win, can they implement laws that will start prisoning, send the Prime Minister them a prison when them find them for illicit enrichment and a take from the poor people of Jamaica?
Listen to me, I ask you the question again.
You not answer my question, you know, Jeffrey. That me want to hear. Me want to hear so them a go to prison for rob the poor people.
How can I tell you so they're going to prison, sir? When I have never seen that happen.
They're gonna implement laws.
Let me ask you a question. Am I in their head, sir?
So are we gonna call for them to implement laws that will send prime ministers to prison when them rob the people of Jamaica? That me ask.
And I can't answer that question.
So are we gonna call for those laws to be implemented? This is what the bloggers should be calling for. Laws to prison the leaders of the country that misrepresent the country, mislead the country, bring the country in a disrepute, bring the country in a rabbit hole, and that me want no.
Hold on for me. Jeffrey, stop what? Hold on for me, Carla. Hold on for me. What should I stop? The laws are on the books. All right? You know, I'm going to say something tonight. I don't know if vex me, but I really don't care. I bet anybody any money. But if the People's National Party win tomorrow morning, Andrew will never say a doorstep of a courthouse.
But Jeffrey, we can't continue with leaders are robbing us like that. That means so Pitney and Grand Pitney are going to Fenke.
And I'm saying to you, sir, the people of our country have the power in their hands, sir, and all they think about is party, sir.
But hold on, you just said the people of the country have the powers in their hand, but the people of the country is not the Senate.
Listen to me.
So the people of the country cannot make laws.
Hold on, man.
So we have to call on the lawmakers to implement these laws. And that's the only way we are gonna get these, we are gonna hold these leaders accountable and they must start treat the poor people them right. And that me a call for. And that the people in Jamaica for a call for. You know if you call for road and water people. You know if you call for them prison them backside so that they will start do the right thing. Stop call for road and water. Stop call. You can call for hospital, yes, and call for education, but stop call for road and water. Road and water will come after. Call for them start prison them backside when they rob, you know, when they send on a picnic or prison for no reason. Let me tell you these people, crime can't stop in Jamaica, but the only way to go stop, and unless you start send the head them a prison, so food no look picking you will come up now, won't make them the mistake there, because guess what? You're not going to be able to buy sugar, rice, flour to feed them, and to send them to school properly, so they can get a trade, get education, go turn doctor and all of that. I mean, no one, they don't pick the teeth when they start doing that. And then now kill people. I know that for a fact. So if we are called for just voting back Labour right or voting back PMP, And not that we fear call for Jeffrey. We fear call for prison and rotted when them do wrong. So then we start treat the people them good. I mean, I tell you, say, as since gonna start.
This question. Let me ask you this question. You see everyone want and chip some bad word down at Westman tell the people they expect hide the whatever bell. What do people then do? They say yeah.
Because they're not educated, Jeffrey.
Okay, so let me ask you a question now. Let me ask you this question now. You said they're not educated, all right? You believe that if the people don't call for stiffer laws to be put in place, you think that's gonna happen?
If the people don't call for stiffer laws
to put in place, you think it's gonna happen?
But the people can call for the laws, and guess what? They're not implemented.
Okay. No, you answer your own question a while ago.
Me not answer it. It simply means that the people and when them are put in a Senate are their friend and company. That means you need to go into the communities, go find sensible smarty, grab them out of the community and say, come here, go turn one Senate.
Do you know how they appoint senators, sir?
Of course, they're friends and family.
Okay. So
right?
You answer your question again too. So do you believe now that if they put friends and family in there, what you said a while ago, you think that anything will be done in the country towards people who have their hand in the publicity?
That's why I say no, it won't. So you need to go get people who strongly believe in a prisoning people for them wrongdoing. For example, I can identify two. The lady where I do the finance investigation. Where I remember her name. She come from one show yesterday. And when the next one named the other youth here will do the cryptocurrency, something Marvin. Go find people like Marvin and the other lady there. Or even Andre too. Or even you yourself.
No, sir.
Or Ratty.
No.
Go put, alright. You know who I put in the Senate? Rattigan. Marvin.
Mr. Rattigan, I want to go to the Senate, sir.
No, I'm just saying. These are the people that I would put in the Senate. So we need to find people who are closely linked, are alike like these people to implement laws to fix the country.
What about you?
Me? What may I tell you? Me I use myself. You see me going to the Senate, Jeffrey. Oh God, man, Jamaica fix my morning, Jeffrey. I swear upon my mama, my papa, my pitney them.
What you feel to understand, you see?
What me feel to understand, Jeffrey?
You go in there and say, okay, not change this. But you would know what they're going in there.
What do go after my head?
A lot of us say we can change and we can do this and we can do that. But there's a lot more things towards that, here, my friend.
So that means that party shop around Jamaica then. So we need to stop listening to bloggers. Like come like say listening to bloggers is a waste of time then. Because if we're not
bloggers cannot listen to me, you fail if you understand this. We only can talk, we can't do nothing about it.
Oh, what I am saying, I know you guys can't do anything. But if you guys are giving us hope that things are gonna be better, things are gonna be fixed. And then nothing now go on based on where you say no. It don't make no sense, Jeffrey.
I never tell you something go on, you know.
Jeffrey, more Mark hear this. I say we keep in Andrew, you know, take him out. But the people of Jamaica need to see these people start going to prison. And the poor people picking alone to pull up a GP and up a Spanish Town or up a Horizon or no. Poor people picking sometime, you know, me not back the criminals, you know. But sometimes I saw a petty thing like a thief, Aki. You got to pick up Aki and get 3 months. Look at Aki, you get 3 months, you know, but $3 trillion missing. I walk scotch free, you go drink pina colada on beach while the picnic flyer follow and picnic batty around there so and have dry bread and tea, if you dip bread in a tea and a drink and a yam. No, Jeffrey. Me not believe.
I'm not talking about Mr. Rattigan.
You
believe Mr. Rattigan don't give up his US citizenship for to Senator Jamaica?
And not just that, me feel say when go give it up to go represent
and ensure.
Ratty, me feel say Rattigan,
and I'm
we
telling
give
you,
it
he
up.
will not.
to protect his people of Jamaica.
And I'm telling you, Mr. Rattigan will never give up his US citizenship because becoming a senator in Jamaica.
So what would you give it up for? What would you give it up for, Ratty?
Personally, give up my citizenship because do that. Tell you that much. I can
So what would you,
try my endeavor best.
Then Jeffrey,
the people, listen to me, man.
Eh.
People themselves need to do something for themselves.
And I agree.
And that's what we talk later.
All right, you take care.
Good night. Hello?
Right, Mr. Jeffrey.
Turn off your TV in the background, please.
Right, Mr. Jeffrey.
Turn off your TV in the background, please.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. I'm hearing you.
Yeah, I think the gentleman, most of what he says right. And the PMP meeting still
what?
They're looking good, you know? They're looking good and tearing up the heat. Most of the thing what the man has said is true. And sometimes I think the talk with two mouths.
I beg your pardon?
Yeah, sometimes I think the talk with two mouths.
Oh, so me have two more now. When I'm not talking, things to make you feel good. Me have two more.
Yeah, no, not that. But when I tell you say this for what Mr. Andrew is doing, he's supposed to go to prison. They're supposed to lock him up down. Did you say that?
I told you heard me say that?
I asked you, did you say that?
I'm asking you, did you hear me say that?
Yeah, man.
You heard me say that?
Yeah, you said that on the show, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know, remember. Anyway, when the man has said, you know, you need you need to implement for these people for pop.
You live in
the whole account of it.
You live in Jamaica, don't it?
Eh?
You live in Jamaica, don't it?
Why you ask that question?
I'm asking, do you live in Jamaica?
Yeah, man.
Okay, what are you doing to help?
What am I doing?
Yes. What are you doing to try to change things down there?
Listen to your teaching.
Oh.
To get some get some understanding.
Okay, so you listen to my teaching. Who else are you going? Who are you going in your community to talk to your community leaders in your community to see if I can change things down there?
Yeah, man, that's how we're doing that. That's what we want to do right now too.
Are you doing it?
Let me not just answer you, sir.
Yes, sir.
A lot of we are doing it. That's why we need a change. That's why we listen to you.
Listen to me is one. Listen to Raffigan is
one.
Listen to other people is one. Are you people doing something to get the changes in the need?
You don't see a lot of us doing it down here. You don't see the crowd that moving around with the PMP. You don't see that.
You think crowd can win the election?
No, but it's a signal. Don't you like the crowd?
Oh.
You don't want to see the meeting empty. Or you want to see the meeting empty. Because if you see the meeting empty, you want to have another thought, don't you?
Thanks for calling in. 7 next coming. Thank you.
All right.
Good night, call. Welcome to our program. You're live. Hello? Hello? Good night. Okay, someone else calling. What happened? I don't know. Oh, here it is. Good night. Welcome to our program. You're live.
Yeah, man. Mr. Jeffrey.
Yes, sir.
I would have liked to know it.
Stop listening.
Yeah, man.
Stop listening to your TV, sir. Turn off the TV,
All
please.
Portia Simpson get Jack Smith to go to prison.
And after
Not
Jack
hearing
Smith,
it.
hold on for me. And after Jack Smith, how many other politicians have their hand in the publicity? Have any of them gone to prison?
Well, hear me now, Mr. Jeffries.
You
Yeah.
ask me a question, I answer you. And I'm asking you a question now.
Yeah, I live in Jamaica.
Sir.
I live in.
Sir.
Yeah, man, I'm listening.
Portia Simpson Miller, Jack Smith had his hand in the farm workers' money. All right? Portia Simpson Miller get him to go to prison. That happened from way back when. How many years ago that happened? How many decades ago that happened? Many things happened before. After that, I mean to say after that. Have anybody else gone to prison after that?
Well, because we don't have a serious politician like Mrs. Miller, right? So, if Mr. Golden come now and say impeachment, you know, things are well right now are something that we can't really done. That people will responsibility and I mean right now people go to prison when them do things.
Yes, that is something that we need. We need impeachment. And when impeachment happen, I hope the impeachment will lead to somebody getting locked up. Because you can hold on for a minute, sir. You can impeach a person, sir. That does not mean that you get locked up.
No, that don't mean. But if we out here and we have eyes and we have wisdom and knowledge and see what Parliament is doing, right? We know what Andrew is doing, you know. We know what Andrew is doing. So if we like a government and a government don't do what the majority of
Let me ask you a question now. You know what Andrew doing?
Yeah.
I'm not telling you to do something for me now. I want you to go on YouTube and type in Sri Lanka. All right? When you type in Sri Lanka, it will come up. There was a family. There was a family in Sri Lanka running Sri Lanka for many decades. All right? And the people of Sri Lanka, they said they had enough of them. You know what they did? They take to the streets. You know what happened? They have to resign.
The man don't have to run away. The man have to run away. Well, you listen now.
Hold on for me, sir. Yeah, you have to give me a minute. I have so many calls coming. Go ahead. Have a minute.
Yeah, man. I would really like the black guys to really tell the people them, right? The things that them don't know, right? And the people will take, like how you are telling the youth now, say, you never see politician go to prison. And you never go to prison. If Andrew do something and the people of the country know that, say, they won't him after I cover up him trap them when him said. Him a cover up him next, you know. Because when him put strong in the FID, what do you think him a do?
All right, my friend. Cover it up. Thanks for calling in.
All right, Mr. Jeffrey. Take care of yourself.
Good night. Welcome to our program. You're live. What happened here? Miss P calling. Who called Miss P soon? Somebody was calling. Hold on there for me. The person was calling a while. Gonna happen the phone is hung up from them. Here's the person. Let me call back the person. Oh, here. Hello, good night.
Hello.
Yes, sir. You're calling the program?
Yeah, good night. I think you have to be a little more patient with the callers. Sometimes it seems a little irritating.
No, I'm not irritated. I'm trying to get enough. I'm trying to get enough called in, sir, because the phone has been ringing off the hook, sir. So I'm trying to give everybody else a chance to speak, sir.
Okay, because sometimes people are really searching for questions and asking questions and searching for answer because the system really is bad. You know, so people want to know what can happen, what's going to happen. You know, something. But you're not in the
Hold on for me, sir. Hold on for me. You know, I'm trying to explain something the way how I know best to explain it. I am not saying that they're, well, let me say this. They're saying, and everybody see it, me see it too. You see, I see it and everything. What I am saying is this. Until I can see, because look at this. They said that the PM use money from what do you call it again? A foundation that runs through the United States back to Jamaica. All right?
Yeah.
So tell me something now. How is it that the Americans hasn't come down on him pertaining to this money that he went through foundation back to Jamaica?
Probably they don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. If the money, if don't tell me, say US dollars go through foundation back to Jamaica and the American bank system don't know about it.
I don't think they don't have to know, trust me, because it's not like.
Sir, don't say that. Don't say that. Every single transaction that occur that has to do with American banking system, the State Department know, the what they call it, the money revenue know about it. What I am asking is this. Same way, nothing has been done about SSL. All right? They lied to us how SSL, how FBI and SSL. They said that they get an investigating company from London to come down here. All know we can't see the report. All know we cannot see the report. Until the MOCA start investigate the PM and MOCA find certain things and say, okay, we can charge him for this and charge him for that.
But you see, if the other government going to do this, if Mark Rowland becomes the government, then he can do it because Andrew, listen, look at this now. Nobody in the DLP party going to lock up Andrew. Nobody not going to do that. Nobody going to do that. Because so when they put them strong into the FID, it's like trying to.
Since me that talk crap, why don't you call into the program and talk some sense then? Hold on for me, sir.
And to know?
No, not you. Hold on for me, sir. Since Jeffrey's talking crap, call into the program and talk some sense then. Explain yourself to me since me talking nonsense. Go ahead for me, sir.
Yeah, when Andrew Willis put Dennis Strong into the FID, it's like buying a brand new carpet to sweep the dirt around us. So Dennis Strong is like covering up, and they wouldn't put somebody who they know is not aligned. They're trying to find somebody.
Mr. Mark Jefferson Golden, if he becomes prime minister, cannot dictate to the judges what to do or what not to do.
But there must be something that can be done.
That.
But our pressure did it.
Cannot dictate to judges what to do or what not to do.
No, but I'm asking a question.
Mr. Golden cannot dictate to FI to MOCA what to or not to do. Not because he's prime minister.
But hold on. If Mark Golden become the prime minister, he will start to put. Hold on.
I'm not saying
anything
to you.
I'm giving you an example. When Trump become the president, he put his people to protect and to do the things that he wants to get done. So Mark Golden put his people there. That's what Portia did.
And Andrew put his people there too.
No, how did Jack Smith go to prison? It's the same procedure. No, I am saying if the government change.
You just said a while ago that Mark not put his people there. And I'm saying to you, Andrew put his people there too.
Well, in this case, then you, Mr. Tavares, in this case, you become irrelevant, you know.
I become irrelevant?
Yeah, because if nothing can be done, and if you're throwing cold water and everything.
I never tell you that nothing can be done. You said to me a while ago that Mr. Golden can put his people there to get things done. And I'm saying to you, Andrew put his people there to get things done too. Isn't that true? Yes or no?
But yeah, no, that's even poor. But once the government change, a lot of things going to change. As I am sure when Andrew come in the last time, a lot of the people who were there is not there now from the PNP time. Government change and administration, they bring new people.
And just like
It's all for the big.
Just like
all the justice. Yeah, but all the justice get to charge for what you did back in the day.
Because I don't know. You tell me about it. Tell me about it. Are you older than me? Tell me about it.
But in this case, you become irrelevant. You don't need to talk then.
You come here and tell me, listen to me now. You come here and tell me that Miss Portia Simpson Miller sent Jack Smith to prison. And I'm asking you, how did she do that?
I was young at the time, so I can't tell you exactly. But the point that I'm saying, you throwing cold water. You basically say nothing.
You said to me a while ago that Mr. Gold did not bring his people, and I'm saying to you, just like Andrew bring his own people there too. Isn't that true?
Andrew bring his own people.
Isn't
yeah, because he's the government now.
Isn't that true?
Give me a chance. Give me a chance to explain.
But answer the question.
Yes, that's true.
Okay. Simple.
But because he is the government, he's going to put his people there. But when the government change, he no longer have the chance to do that. Different government come with different administration.
And that's what I'm saying to you, sir. You said it, and I don't disagree with you. I just simply say to you, just like how Andrew bring his own people too.
Because he's there now. Jesus, please.
Isn't that true?
Well, if you can, what are your reason for being in that seat? It will be relevant because you basically talking, but what are you talking about? What is your base of belief?
Sir, you said that Mark going to bring his own people, and all I simply said to you, just like how Andrew bring his own people. What am I wrong? Am I saying something wrong in that?
So you basically said if the government change,
for God's sake,
new people will take over.
All right, sir. Thanks for calling in.
Right? Sure.
Thanks for calling in.
Yeah.
Good night, Miss P. How are you doing? Miss P? Miss P? Miss P? Hello?
Good night. Good night.
Hey, Miss P. How are you doing? Good night.
Hello?
Yes, Miss P. Go ahead. I'm hearing you. Go ahead. Miss P, I'm hearing you. Good night. Miss P?
Yeah, good night.
Yeah,
all right. Do you hear me now?
Yeah, man. Loud and clear. We're hearing from the beginning.
Okay. Me can I hear you? All right. Good night. Good night. Good night, everybody. Look here. This is for everybody who are listening and what we are saying. Mark Jefferson Golden are going to win the election. And we are working with and him are going to win. What we are going to do, we are going to hold him accountable. Mark Jefferson was say, when the right time come, some are going to charge for corruption. The only reason why Andrew won this is not, he not get a lock up now nothing. It's because of the cricket field when set. He tries to corrupt most of the people at Jamaica in a hierarchy. Because the woman there forgot her name. When he charge him, she never charge him. And when he come in and say, no, she want to, but he want before you.
I know who you're talking. Yeah, go ahead.
And he must say, don't do trouble, Zion. No, Mark Jefferson Golden. He's a liar. He's a bright man with enough bright people around him. And make Jamaican people no say. Enough you have some silent people here. Judge, doctor, lawyer, police, soldier. Just a wait till the hour come to show their right color. When Mark Golden wins, it will be a different Jamaica. I have a future and say Jamaica will be a corruption will cut down. We can't go set out now go stop clean, but it's about cut down and we are going to hold back the country. So if Mark Jefferson rolling himself, commit himself, he might go to jail too. Mark Rolling give the assurance, say he might go put in impeachment. And once impeachment law,
Miss P, hold on a second, Miss P. Hold on, Miss P. Remember to talk. You know me not understand people on this platform here. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Isn't that true, Miss P?
Yeah, of course, yes.
Okay. So my opinion is my opinion. If me not that
right.
Pull away, me this and me that. Oh
no,
Miss P,
that's not right.
Continue talking about Miss P. Go ahead.
All right. Listen now. Most of we in Jamaica, we are suffer. We are put with everything back a Mark Golding. And the most important thing we have vote because with the country need a change. It need a change from the government to the judiciary to the police force. Everything have to change. Mark Golding and the team give me that assurance. And we have that now we back away and we are work towards that. That is it. Because we have to get rid of them a corrupt police, corrupt judge, corrupt businessman, corrupt head of department, corrupt everybody.
But Miss P,
get rid of them.
Miss P.
Yeah.
So
So
do you believe that these people get corrupt just overnight, sir?
No, over the past 10 years. Enough of them going over their head.
You're saying to me that before this, there was no corrupt judge in this country?
No, I cannot say that, but it wasn't so blatant. Even, all right, look at it this way. You know, Sir Paula Llewellyn, in our first time, was a different Paula Llewellyn from now?
Yes.
If you look back on, yes.
True.
Paula Llewellyn was a different Paula Llewellyn from now.
She was never like this.
All right. Dan Anderson is a different Dan Anderson from now. Because when Dan Anderson court can tell, we say, we were following so long. We know, say, if probably Dan Anderson do the right thing, he would have losing 3 points. Jamaican people now see we are, look at the AG. AG, she name? Manuel Ellis. Look how long that lady, yes, AG, Attorney General, right? Look how long that lady is there doing her job on both political side without the fear in our favor. And now this corrupt government are trying to pass legislation to fix her and pull her and put her on this so pick up the truck. These things are wrong. That lady is an outstanding lady. The other day here, I read out some of her accolade.
Yes.
What she achieved. So when we look in at Jamaica now, even the private sector stomach sick of this man. What? Him have them police force, the security force when use and analyze people. It is obvious to see that. And people further their life. Down to journalists are dead in a some mysterious way. I hear people have bashed the journalists them way. TV channel. You think I don't want to talk? I think I ask them to ask the question.
As I said before in this program here, we cannot bash journalists in Jamaica because you know why? When they take the paperwork, all right, so then get a little source or a little news from Jeffrey and Miss P, and then take it to the auditor, the editor rather. Editor read and say, no, me can't run this. Editor say, all right, we not can't go bossy. No, we can't run this because member say no, we get advertisement from them people here.
That is it.
Okay.
That's what comes on there. And that I tell you. All right, look for.
People have to misspeak. People have to think about them business and how they not pay their staff I how they not pay them bills and they sick them. So that's why certain things
That is it. That is it. Look on Barbara Gale. No, people take these things for a joke, Look at Barbara Gale. That lady has worked with all her young life till she reach twilight life. And all she should do is what she does best. Look on Reverend Moore. Look on the other journalists from Gleaner, where they said dead Pan Marcus get from Paddington Road. There are lots of people who dead, so mysterious dead here. Lots of people. So that is why people are afraid to talk or even to come out. But as soon as the PMP in rain, Mark Gold is not a brute. Mark Gold is a man who will stand and make you tell him, say, Mark, you're ugly, and he not come nowhere to him. Mark Gold, if you say Mark Gold, go for you, so Mark Gold not going to send the police for you. He's not like that. But this man that is ruling with him iron fist turn the entire country in a different direction. All of you alive like me and you, we never taste death, but we're not going to really walk in a death. Yeah.
You see, a lot of people on this platform here are misinterpreting me wrong. You see, until me see certain things happen in my country, let me not believe it. So
that is your opinion, right? And nothing is wrong with that. Your opinion.
You cannot come and tell me about no Jeffrey the chat. That's my opinion.
Well, that's your opinion.
I was around, yes, when Jackson got to prison. I do not know what method did Portia use for Jackson to go to prison. I don't know. I don't know.
All right.
I don't know what method she used to make it go to prison.
All right.
And she, whatever documents they had, it proved that Jack Smith did put it in the public kitty. All right? It proved that.
I was like, let me tell you, the Jack Smith.
Also, what I'm saying also, we are here talking, said Andrew must go jail. Yes. But what about the $3 trillion that's in accountable for? Nobody's speaking about the permanent secretaries who are involved in that too.
That is a good point, Jeffrey. But Jeffrey, let me tell you something. I don't want all of we to watch Mark Gold. Remember when PJ Patterson was a prime minister, and when the opposition and private sector, blah, 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 and then lag them out. All PJ do is sit down in the parliament, and then look over here glass, and then style him, and then be all type of thing. Remember when Mark Golding just a come, people say Mark Golding soft or Mark Golding this. Listen, man. The man will make this barren alive.
Even some people on social media style Mark Golding.
Right. All right. But listen, empty barrel make the most nice, just like Andrew Wallace. Andrew Wallace make the most nice until everything intact is sick people's stomach. Because that's something you know already, and when you talk and when you promise and not even half I know come. So no matter when come with it in tell us one horse I go fly, nobody now believe him kind of lie. Jeffrey, Jamaican people remember truth walk straight, lie have many corner. And if Jeffrey me come to you, you assist me and tell me say, me come to you, me say Jeffrey, me hungry, lend one money till next week. And when next week come, me tell you the other week, and that's what me I tell you. You done with me?
All right, Miss P, now ask you a question.
Yeah.
And people beg on the platform today, what I say, you
know.
I tell them that all of them in the parliament are my friend. One man now who say on the platform, no go so. Liar tell, no go so. They don't talk to each other. Don't shut each other in the parliament, no go so. Liar tell. All of them in the parliament, when they're ready, after budget debate, They go in a hotel, go sit on the chat and then drink and then laugh and then yam. Then go at each other pitney birthday party, each other pitney graduation, each other pitney this, each other pitney that. All right? Allow me to tell Miss B?
No,
Okay.
but Andrew always change it. Andrew always come and change it.
All right.
Remember now, you know, when we grew up, you know, all parliamentarians used to be friends. And then after parliament and then debate and kind of with any gimmicks and done. But Andrew Michael always changed all those dynamic. He come with him high and fist. And then go hard in a people's bedroom. Then do something to Mark Golding when me tell you, say, cut me, you know. Say Mark Golding breeding wife at 14. And the Prime Minister now said to them, say, aye, stop that man, you're gone too far now. So what I'm trying to tell Jamaican people, said Andrew always turned the parliament, the hospital, the police force, the whole Jamaica inside out. You think Mark Golding or a PMP party member would have gone in a parliament, go take a bucket of water from the other side? No. Then talk down and look. Then put in a mic system. When the opposition attack, they shut them down, back after them. You think a little them be Mark Golding?
But Miss P.
Yeah.
The mic system in the parliament, you know, it wasn't in there, yes. But I think other parliaments around, you know, around the Caribbean and even South Africa, they listen, they can't turn off the mic, you know. But the way how the Jamaican parliament do it is wrong.
Simple. Gillette Police look on Angela Brown Burke and tell her, say, Patois is not worthy to use in the parliament. Patois, we have to language. Through Angela Burke say, one deggy. No, when you do these things to people, you can force on English, the Queen or the King language found. Yes, that is good to have. Because you have to talk to other people in the position. But my language, you can't tell me say my language, you can't speak my language. And people remember all those things. So when you come back now to Jeffrey, to Jack Smith, I get caught up, you know, with Jack Smith. You know. Jack TV thief my baby father money, you know. When me have my son, you know. Yeah, son in God, because I used to go farm work. And then when he get paid, then take with a certain amount of money over there. So when they reach Jamaica, but I remember for 2 weeks, 1 month, or whichever time. After that time, you go to town and you get the money. Hey. Until now, boy, I'm 40 years old. Not a dollar. Not a dollar. Not a dollar. When the man go farm can come back. Yes,
so Jack Smith go prison, but the people still never get back their money. That make any sense?
No, but at least you make an example. Me never get back. You never get it back. Me no, sir, never get it back. But when I say, I me up, and we are look for it, and Mark Jeffries Golding, and people that talk about Mark Golding do well. But you see, Dayton Campbell, then bash him go there, lick him go there, and him turn up like a bull buck. He might want to bring back the party to wait there. He is the one, Dayton Campbell, and it down to in a bamboo where he come from and go like ordinary, pick me and run up and down. Even same people then when go to school with, they lick him go there, lick him come there, lick him go there, lick him come. But see him in kind of. So let me tell the people, let us just rally around the PNP and fair world the cast and all Mark Golding and the PNP accountable when them come in. Remember that when them campaign pan and the whole around back of them because in the fall mud track that, you know. Me I forget one little piece side.
You were there?
Me the fall mud track them. Yes man, me left walk and just run from a bus.
The man run by.
And me I forget go down there. Yeah, man, me run down there, but me couldn't go no further. I start your old idiot work with me, but still I go along. So, Mark Golding.
You know, Miss P, the ridiculed Dayton and Damon Crawford too, you know.
Oh, Jesus, man. Oh, man. Then demon call him goat, man. And this young man and terror, man. And every time he put out one plan, then try to tease it. But nah, what help them? That's why we know, say Jeffrey, and people in the chapter and people in the diaspora. Most of us who is not a Christian or a Muslim, let us remember, let us put God in the forefront. Come remember how that will happen and say God Himself through people prayer and with determination. God say, oh, we already know. Well, we come with you. And God in it. Then do those young man turn name. And when you look, Jeffrey, let's talk about that. That's what Mr. Yeno. I would like you, Ratigan, Mystic Melting Pot, put up the 63 candidate for the JLP and the 63 candidate for the PMP. And I want to run the CV one night, one nice program. We don't know which day you can do it, but we go put them up and say, such man, in go to such school, in charge for that, and in do that, and put up the CV. All of we look here about them. And looking at it, JLP have a bunch of done starting from the PM. You can't come tell me something when you talk and you busy people here, people member, turn on your yard. And the poor man we buy quarter bread. And them a spend COVID. We not forget picnic from whatever to 12 years old, they forget car seat. In a film where you call it information. The people them over Clifton. A gunman live at the house them. And you tear down people's house. This prime minister in Jamaica ever tear down people's house. No matter where they live. If you live Panama private land, that's a different situation. And you do all of them, isn't it? Jamaican people, let us have our hope, let us pray. And me I beg you, Mr. Mark Golden, can you listen? Dayton Campbell, Angela Brownbrook, and you all know. Just like how the country tour successful, we want a day or two of prayer. So we are going to gather anywhere, if we can be like that, or we gather somewhere with our arena and we have a day of worship. No partyism. Just a worship God. Just a worship God. Just a worship God. Call up upon God because the Satan is out. That we want in India now. We want that. That is what we want now, Jamaican people. Opposition, we call upon you. Schedule a word, a week, a day, or two, a prayer meeting. Praise and worship. That we want, and prayer. That we want now. Everything in a mix up, and we are going to hold you accountable. Because Andrew Holness must go to prison. And not only him and him follow them, and sell their asset and put it back in his people. Scaffer. Make we get to buy bed, fix up the hospital, fix up the school. And when investors are coming here, make sure you read out the law and put it on paper. Jamaican people now only do dirty work. And the hospitality sector must start pay people in a US dollar or US collect. So start to pay workers in a US or take up in a hotel and come out of a place. And make the diaspora then come run this. Only for diaspora that foreign with them rust the money. One to invest out here to help in cousin and in long time prepare cousin down there so. But because of the red tape, we don't put for the diaspora because the diaspora now go on a table, we don't know. Right? So Mark Golden, where you come in, hospitality people, we work in a hotel, we start get paid in a US. Because US don't collect money now. And if you feel figure the Jamaican people, good work and live everywhere, just take up your hotel and come out of a place. Diaspora. obtain a pharmacy for uno. Come on, this is a food country. Come, we are depend on uno. Too much foreign people are trying to come here. I use me too much. Plenty of we don't have no CXT and no masters and no this and no that. But we have command center. We're willing to work. We will work. All right.
Miss P.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I want to make a tell you, Miss P. Some of these people, PhD, WH, yeah, I cannot sit behind the name, you know. Cannot reason like how you reason, Miss P.
Yeah, man, plenty of them thief, because me have one year to deal with what me call it, boy. Me have 1 year, me have to put her properly and tell her, say, me no want a doctor, you know. I want doctor, me no work on people. All right. So with the diaspora, I, Miss P, I depend on Mark Golding, Dayton Campbell, and the rest of PNP. We need a seat in the parliament to represent the diaspora. If I'm not diaspora, Jamaica would have turned over a long time. So we want somebody, whether the person live here, but they represent the diaspora so they can rebut and can consent too.
Hold
and listen,
Miss P, hold on for me.
Yeah.
Walking in divine purpose. Me never say, me not give Marky G a chance, you know, darling. Me giving Marky G a chance. I'm just saying that people are thinking that Mr. Golding can dictate to the law enforcement people what to do and what not to do. No. No, and I say run. And I say run. That's not how it runs.
Mr. Wallis can dictate to the police and the FID and MOCA, but Mark Golding will never do that.
Thank you.
Mr. Wallis can dictate to the judge and he dictate to all and we put in there, but Mark Jefferson Golding will not do that. Because Mark Jefferson Golding that come from a table where family of values, and he will never ever make his name run in a trash. He has a name and a reputation to carry and a legacy to leave him nice handsome son and grand picnic. And him good knows why. So Mark Golding, no hungry Mark Golding, no money. So no money can fight Mark Jefferson Golding. What Mark Golding is doing, he does not have to do it. Okay? It's not like Mr. Onlys where they say, oh, young folk don't know head. You see white stone, you see a head. And not him like that. Mark Golding is a gentleman. Right? And he have to carry that legacy. For his mother, Patricia, Levy Golding, and his father, Sir John Golding. He cast that responsibility as the only son of Sir John Golding. And him can't get one son. So he has that. It's not like Mr. Wallis where have named Bramwell, Wallis, and Tartara. And so him come. Right? So he has to do that. So we, Mr. Golding, we are supporting every farmer shape that we can. We are support you and we are look to you like a father, like a baby look up to his daddy, to cuddle him. So imagine how close we have looked to you. We the people know say it's not very easy for the first year. Can't easy because you have sleepless night because you have to get a country broke and you have to go vampire, you have to go do this. So just like when we are tired, yeah.
Call me back in 2 minutes. Let me take the call from Miss Williams. Please, call back in 2 minutes.
Okay.
Good night, Miss Williams. How are you doing?
I'm good. I sit down here listening to you. And I want to take my remote and throw in your head.
Here I know. What am I doing now?
Because I don't understand what you're saying. Because this is what I am saying. When Mark Golding come in and become Prime Minister, he have the handle to put who he wants in his government, to change all the boards that he wants to change,
Yes.
to change the ministry how he wants it, to do auditing, because they can't just say, well, here is the Ministry of Finance. They have to make sure that everything is okay. All the checks and balances, all the bills and everything. Now, he has to give account to the people everything that was happening before.
Mm-hmm. Miss Williams, listen to me. Don't listen to your TV.
No, but this is it.
Yes.
A lot of bloggers, when they talk, and we the listeners sitting here and listening to what they say,
Mm-hmm.
they don't understand sometimes that when you say something, it goes in our minds different ways.
Mm-hmm.
So how somebody you sound very biased.
Bias in what way?
Because you are saying now that that Andrew Willis can go to jail or whatever, but the bottom line is,
Miss Williams.
if Mark Golding comes in and he say and there's evidence.
Thank you.
If there's
That's what I was
evidence.
talking about. That's what I was saying. If there's evidence saying X, Q, Y, Z.
But we have a lot of evidence. The IC have a lot of evidence. The IC have a lot of evidence.
You know, Miss Williams, I'm being honest with you. I don't have no faith in the IC anymore.
Well, the bottom line, whether they want to have faith or in them, whatever they said is in black and white, and it's evidence. And if it was so, the Prime Minister would not take them to court. And he would not put his friend there, Dennis Strong, to protect him. So this man had something hiding. And we're going to know what he's hiding. Another thing, when Mr. Rattigan going to come out and talk about the Magnitsky Act and was sign the petition, he know why he want us to sign it. Because if there was nothing wrong with U.S. money going in from the banks, why would we be signing a Magnitsky petition?
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Don't think because what is happening in America right now, they don't know what's going on in Jamaica. They know.
You know everything.
Because I can tell you, my congressman know everything that's happening in Jamaica. Because when they have community meetings, he will say to me, Miss Williams, what is this the Prime Minister doing?
Mm-hmm.
So the bottom line is, don't think that Mark Golding, if he wins, he go in there and they're just going to throw paperwork and give it to him. But you see, a lot of people underestimate Mark Golding. If you had known Michael Manley in person and work along with Michael Manley, you would see that it's the same exact way Michael Manley was. That is how Mark Golding is. He is a man of few words. He don't beat his chest and carry on, but he's a very smart man. One thing I can tell you is that And the same thing Mr. Rattigan said. He said these politicians, when they even leave office, they can still be prosecuted.
Yes, they can.
As long as there's evidence. And don't believe that the judicial system in Jamaica is going to sit and let these ministers steal from the people and don't do something about it. It's not the same day leaf go to the water, it rots. So, this is what I say I'm gonna, reason with you. You understand what I mean? Because when you say something, it sounds biased when you say, Andrew Wallace can get, he cannot get away. Once it is proven, he will not get away. Because if you even notice the mayor of Kingston, he's doing an audit now.
Yeah, and the KSMC.
Right. So, Mark Golding is not stupid not to audit all the ministries he goes in. And he's going to put his people there. Because that's how politics work in Jamaica.
Put his people there.
Right. And would you want somebody else in your government? I wouldn't drink no water from nobody from the previous government if I go into government. Because that's how Jamaica has always been.
Yes.
So, another thing is, if you notice Mutty Perkins, when he was a journalist and he would listen, to people, even Ronnie Tweets.
Mm-hmm.
They never, even though Ronnie Tweets was a PMP and it was before he went into government and he was on the radio talk show.
Mm-hmm.
He was never biased. Until when he branched out and then he went into the PMP and became Minister of Education. And a deacon in my church. He was never biased. So sometimes when people talking to the public, they don't realize or know that you're kind of seeing through a lot of people when they're talking.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will point them out because even with Rattigan there, when Kevin Stew was saying, "Oh, from now on, no politics, stop talking," what the show started from. When Rattigan started, he said, "Oh, we're for the poor and we're for the needy." But this is what I notice all these people do. They always use the poor. I'm going to serve the poor. I'm going to help the poor. I'm going to help the needy. And when you jump in and you say, "Well, you know what? This is what I want to do. I want to help my people." Then later on, these people branch off in different areas. That is why I tell you all the time, if I am going to help anybody, I help individual, where I know my money go to an individual and help them. I stop giving money to organizations.
Yes.
Or people. The only organization I give money to is the Mission of the Poor, is Father Ramkison. Because I know is going to reach the poor and the needy.
Yes.
I stopped giving. I stopped giving. So, this is my few words that I have to say. And I hope you understand the message I'm trying to.
Yes, Miss Williams, I understand you loud and clear, ma'am.
Because all of these politicians, they're not genuine. Over the years, they come in and they tell you they're going to do this and they're going to do that, and they fill their pockets.
That's what I was just trying to say to the people.
But I have lived under Michael Mann, the government. And even when Portia seems to hear me, and I have seen that for the poor and the poor, because I work along with them. And I work along with the church too. So you can pick sense from nonsense and know the people who using the poor and the needy to get ahead. And when they get what they want, they leave them behind.
That is why, Miss Williams, I don't come on here and I don't beg anybody anything. I say, do this and do that. No. I try not to do it because at the end of the day, everybody, not because people live in the United States, they have some hardship they go through. They have their bills to pay like anybody else. Wrong, am I right, ma'am?
Everybody going through hardship right now.
All right.
Everybody is going through hardship in America right now, because the bottom line is that nobody knew that America would have come to this where they're looking on us as immigrants like a piece of shit here. You understand what I mean? And it's we build this country. We come here and work hard and build this country. All these white people, kids, our Jamaican people take care of them. All these people in nursing home, our Jamaican people take care of them. And they want to treat us like we're a piece of shit now. So that is why you have to be very careful who you vote for. Yeah. You have to be very careful now who you vote for. And it's just like Andrew Holness. He don't care for the poor. He don't care for the people. But election time, they come around and tell all kind of bullshit. You understand what I mean? But what I can say is a long time I know Mark Golding. Long time. From he was a young man.
I believe, Miss Williams, I believe that Mr. Golding has some serious plans for this country.
He's genuine. He's genuine.
And he wants to implement the plans that he has for this country. And
I listen to them.
Yes.
And I listen to them. And if there is something that they don't, that I doubt or anything, I get in touch with them and I ask them, what do you mean by this thing? You question your MP. You're supposed to know who your MP is, and you go in and you question them. What you have for me? What you going to do for my children? And question your MP, because they represent you.
Yes.
They represent you. You are the one that giving them the job to serve you. So they must answer to you, and you ask them any question you want to ask them. And this used to happen before. I used to live in Portia Simpson constituency, and DK Duncan was just a street away from me. And we would ask them, what are you going to do and what you're going to do for the children? We question them. I give them ideas too. We give them ideas.
Yes. I gotta run.
Because but I personally, I think Mark Golding have a good plan for the people and the poor, because when it comes to the poor and the needy in Jamaica, that is my weak spot.
Yeah.
Those are the people you know that, Mr. Tavares.
I know that. Yes, ma'am, I do.
Because those are the people I help. Those are my people.
Yes, ma'am.
And people who come and say, you know what, we're gonna help the poor and the needy, they grab my heart. But when I see them turn in another direction, I just drop them. You understand? And I start do my own thing.
Yes, ma'am.
And give to my people.
Yes, ma'am.
But I really appreciate the 2 days, 3 days you show us Jamaica.
Yes, ma'am.
And following Mark Golding.
Yes, ma'am.
And when I see the crowd that follow him, it reminds me so much of the days of Michael Manley.
Yes.
Because we used to follow Michael Manley.
Yes, ma'am. Miss Williams, I gotta run now, ma'am. Thanks for calling in.
So anyway, keep up your good work.
Yes, ma'am.
And be smart.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
We'll talk off air. Thanks so much. Okay. Yes, Miss P, go ahead.
Yeah, good night again. But it's Monica Willis, sorry, her name. I want to comment. I want to tell you, say, there was a hotel in Jamaica, Montego Bay. When them come, I don't believe if it was Ritz Carter, used to pay the workers in the US. Go and do your study. And it's the Jamaican hotel them call up me and
you got paid to take care of them. Lady, did you do it for free? What is Monica talking about?
yeah, but God, just like Mr. People get paid in the US, like the hotel workers them. It happens, Miss Monica. Go and do your research. It happens. And the people in here, after they start to turn the hotel them in inclusive. Do you, if you live in Jamaica, I mean, know. Do you remember the days when tourists used to live on road and mix and mix with everybody? Now when tourists come to Jamaica, bust them from point A to point B. Right? When they come and stay in the hotel, they shut in. They want a t-shirt, it is there for them to buy. So the little man out the road not get nothing to sell. They want a coconut, water, jelly, a man a chopper, a jelly. In the hotel, everything. They want a bead in the hotel. So when you hear me attack, you know when me attack say, people in Jamaica used to get paid. Not many, because it was mostly that the hotel alone used to get paid US and at the Jamaican hotel and whatever hotel I decide, stop it. Okay?
Yes.
So when we attack, we know where we attack. We might go to university, but we know where we are saying.
Yeah.
All right? So it can happen, and it must happen.
Yes.
That is it. So Miss Monica, you is over here, and it come like you have to say, we are at Jamaica, continue to suffer and rot away by the wayside. No, it don't work so. Right? And the first thing, when our business, you must know.
Yes,
Mr. Mark Golding, I got.
Miss P, give me 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Give me 3 minutes and I got to wrap up.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
3 minutes, go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Mark Golding, I got do him have to do, but him alone can't do it because he's only a human. And Mr. Mark Golding, I got do him have to do because he cannot just win election and take up office and take up ministries and not see what happening there. No go so. He must get a good handover. And when we come talk about the politician them living loving, Mark Golden mother dead. The only person show up at a funeral, Mr. Clark. And back in the days, that they used to happen. No matter what side you're there, and you have somebody dead or whatever, your colleague in the parliament always can show some remorse. Right? Always come round you. Whether you're PMP or Labour, that everybody are show. Not really everybody, but enough people are show. Right? And the only person show up at Mark Golden mother's funeral was Mr. Clark.
Nigel Clark?
Right? Nigel Clark. He was the only person that showed up from the Jamaica Labour Party in support. So this man, even Bruce Golden was a different man from this man. This man is just a cruel, heartless, mechanic man. Now have no heart, now have no blood. 24 baby dead in 24 days. Do you hear this man come out and say anything? He say 18 baby dead in a 1 year. And Portia Simpson should have fired the minister. But what does him do? He can't do nothing because what? Everybody have secret with everybody. Everybody have secret with everybody. So if you talk about me, you talk about you come over now, go down. Corruption to the house. People wake up and see what happening. Corruption. And corruption affect every living human being, down to the dead it affect. Because you broke out somebody dead, you can't bury him. Alright. So with that, Jeffrey, just be strong. And Jeffrey, me tell you, as a person who deal with people on an everyday basis at work, you are going to find negative and positive people. So it's when the negative then come, just know how to deal with them. Sometimes you just make them talk to them. And the positive, give them have a reasoning. And Jamaican people, this is 2025. There is a computer in your hand, your phone. Ask Google. And a back lamp again. We have it. So educate yourself. Just like me. Because I go to university, not in high school. But nobody will go to university in a bright army in a certain way. But see, I'm glad doctor. Not even my life, because me start going to constitution now. And I read constitution and I understand constitution. So probably only doctor part. Only doctor part will baffle me because there are some big word there. And me don't know about human body on the ordinary. Right. So educate yourself. Educate yourself. And there's nothing impossible. Because if Andrew only second build 3-story market and watch you can't start. Oh. You know, make STEM school. All of STEM school can book. You know, turn Clarkstown in a university.
And Silicon Valley.
All right. And Silicon Valley. Well, we go back to class. And people, who have strength. Who have strength. Put God first. And all things will be possible. Okay? All right. Come back to class. Yeah, man.
We're gonna stay tonight now. These are the shirts that we have for sale. I know you can't see it properly on this thing here. These are the shirts that we have for sale. I can't be seen properly. We have these shirts for sale. Anyone interested, you can get in contact with us. You know my number, 954-529-8030. These shirts we have for sale. And we also, if you need the blood and the fire comrade shirts, it's $25 US for them. We can ship them to you. The shipping cost is not included in the $25 though. So you can get in contact with me if you're interested in buying any of these shirts. Somebody called me about shirts and I can't find her number again. Her Miss Brown, who was in the chat room. Please call back the number because I searched my phone number. For some reason, I can't find the number. Call me back, please. Let me talk to you. All right? So we have these shirts for sale for election 2025. All right? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, people, thanks for coming on. Thank you all for being a part of this program. As I said, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I respect your opinion. And whatever you say, I respect it. I try to correct if I can correct. All right. Thank you all very much. Good night, everybody. Like, share, and subscribe. See you all tomorrow again for the next episode of the Mek Wi Talk program. I'm Jeffrey Tavares saying so long. Have a good night, everyone. And remember, we have t-shirts for sale. The numbers to call about the t-shirts, 954-529-8030. That's the numbers to call for the t-shirts that we have for sale, all right? So, here we have it, everybody. Good night. God bless. Have a great night, everyone.
When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, Mek Wi Talk, my people, Mek Wi Talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Mek Wi Talk, people, Mek Wi Talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, Mek Wi Talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. Mek Wi Talk.